Well, how you doing? MACKEM CABBIE here. I'm slowly feeling a little bit better. Still a bit tired. Oh, not 100%, but I am getting there, to say the least. Thank goodness. Been a bad virus, I tell you. So Gordon Seymour, welcome, mate. Thanks for the team news as usual. I will pin that message. So Patterson in goal, got Hume, Ballard, Meffam, Sirkin, Neil, Job, Rig, Mayenda, Roberts, Isidore, and we got subs. We have Moore, Geldy, O'Nine, Alessi, Jones, Ashish, Alesic, and Rusin and Connolly. So Leeds equalised extra time at Preston. Yeah, it was the last kick of the game, just about. I didn't see it because I was watching it, but I had to do some jobs and I missed it, and I heard them shouting in the background on my tablet. But that's what good teams do. They never say never, and that's what we did against Bristol City. It just goes to show you, you're not entitled to roll over any team. I mean, Preston, they played well against us at Deepdale. They were a tough side at their ground, and it proved it today. And Leeds did exactly what we did, and didn't give up and showed character. It just goes to show you, you battle on till the end, you might get something. Yeah, well, they sort of have in a way, Gordon, because they've still dropped 2 points, Leeds United. Thought it was going to be end 1-0, but it's 2 points. Yeah, it is 2 points lost, Gordon. D Hall, hello, hoping for a win, though a tough test, 1-0. Isidore on the back of a score sheet. He needs to get a goal, Isidore, doesn't he? Yeah, it was a Preston own goal, apparently. Dean, SCFC, hello, mate. It says 1-0 to the lads. Pixel Rich, hello, Pixel, you alright, mate? 4-4-2, looks like it to me. Hi, Cabbie, he says on the mend, quicker than most. That's good. Angela, hello, Angela, how you doing? I'm glad you're on the mend. I'm getting there slowly. Did I say Dean 1-0 to the lads? Gordon Seymour, you're welcome, Stuart. Please, you're getting better health-wise. Yeah, apparently there's been loads of it going about. You know, it's just, I mean, I've not even done any sort of like preview videos. It's like when I sit down that sofa, I've got my cup of tea. I'm just dozing off. No energy. Jerry, how are you doing? He says, hi, Cabbie, just taking my Valium and beta blockers ready for the match. That's already, you know, blood that, I think. Beta blockers. That's comes with standard, doesn't it? So how's everybody feeling after the match against Bristol City? I was pretty sort of pleased, to be quite honest with you, with the 1-1 draw. Just the way we got that equaliser, to be honest with you. Oh dear me. So hoping you're liking the template I've got. Took us a while to put it together. Just makes it look a bit more professional, I think. So Swansea City against Sunderland, another team that we really never seem to do well with. Against, should I say? While to put it together. Oh dear me. I think the reason I'm tired as well is because of the fact you sound asleep and then you get a cough and then it wakes you up and then you struggle to get back to sleep again. It just disrupts your sleeping pattern. Oh dear. I'm going to have a look at what people say about the team news. Peter says, good strong lineup, should be good enough to beat these. Joe says, great starting lineup and some good reserves. Pity about Watson, there's nothing we can do about Watson. It's so unlucky, innit? A brilliant lineup should be a win, lads. Everybody's confident with Ballard and Meffam in centre back. O'Nine start giving Neil a bit of competition. O'Nine would do a good job there with his energy. Craig says, I think Mayenda should be playing up front. Didn't do much wrong before his injury and looks sharp. Andy Menkin says, I think we'll miss Luke's energy, passion and passing range and leadership, but let's hope I'm wrong. 09, and Sheesh should have started. So there we go. Overall, fairly positive stuff. And we've got the Swan mascot. It's an unusual looking thing. Out on the pitch. Angela says template makes it look like you know what you're doing, Cabbie. I don't know. I wouldn't say that, Angela. Afternoon, Matt and Cabbie from Austria. Hello, James. How are you doing? Etienne Lamar. Hi, Cabbie and all how are lads. Ashish on the bench. Hope he gets game time after his assist on Tuesday. SJ says Miendo's not a winger, a wasted position. Agree, SJ. Welcome, SJ. Welcome, Etienne. I was impressed with Ashish when he came on, to be honest with you. I thought he did alright. Whereabouts are Swansea in the league again? Are they quite lowest down, aren't they? Anybody on the chat know? Give us a recap. I think they're pretty lowest down.
Atmospheres in the stadiums. And Swansea City, I mean, your thoughts on them? A little bit like Bristol City, I think, in terms of...
Cheers, James, mate. Just trying to make it look a bit professional, do you know what I mean, if I can.
Swansea is a different team, I think, because they like...
Alan Ray says, you're sounding better, mate. Oh, you think so? Cheers, Alan. I hope you're well. Welcome along anyway to the stream today. We've already got 101 people in the stream, so thanks a lot for popping along so far. So don't forget to hit that like button if you're in, and if you're new to the channel, if you can hit the subscribe button, it'd be much appreciated as well. Hello Bong, how you doing? I hope you're well, mate.
The players are ringing the centre circle here.
And I better just turn that down because of the copyright. Carry on. Alan Frost says, alright chaps, SJ Ashish is the only impact sub though, that's the problem. If he plays from the start he'll disappear. Yeah, somebody said that on the MACKEM, CABBIE and Davey show, that when Ashish gets a start he's non-existent, but he's a great sub impact. Greg Bucky, hello Greg. He says they are performing well at home by all counts. So another tough test. Every game you play in this championship's a tough test, isn't it? Every team is a decent team in this league. Don't care what anyone says, whether you're the bottom of the league or not. Alan Gibbon, hello Alan says keep it tight and Nick one. Topsy T says Cabbie lad, good to see you feeling better, brother. Listening from the Irish Sea. Hello to everybody from the Irish Sea. They're doing a minute's round of applause. I didn't catch who that was for.
So the applause for Vic Gomersall. The players now peeling off their tracksuit tops. Swansea peeling off their black tops. They'll all be in white, of course, here at home. And Sunderland peeling off their red tops will be in red and white stripes. Black shorts, red and white socks. Dennis Serkin back in the side this afternoon, away to our left in front of the Sunderland fans in this first half. Here at the Swansea.com stadium, as it's now
I've got that playing
known these last few seasons. Patterson in goal, Hume, Mepham, Ballard and Serkin, Neil, Job, Roberts, Rigg, Mienda and Isidore.
Swansea 9th.
Swansea City, Vigouroux in goal, back four Key, Cabango, Darling, Timon, Franco, Grimes in midfield. Pert, Harris, Cullen and Ronald, the Brazilian, and in comes Jan Vipotnik,
hello,
Slovenian international
from the MACKEM, CABBIE.
For
how you doing?
Swansea. The referee's Andy Davis, all in black this afternoon, and former player. He played games for Gillingham, Portsmouth and Yeovil back in the day before injury. His one game in charge of Sunderland this season was at Vicarage Road. The 2-1 defeat
Todd
to
says, hello Todd.
Watford.
Says, CABBIE,
so the Sunderland players break from their huddle.
Watching on from Melbourne.
And it will be Swansea who are going to get the game underway this afternoon. As I say, all in white, defending the goal to our right. There's a lot of empty seats away to our right, actually, in the stadium. But the Sunderland end is full. Over 2,000 have made the journey, bar the one lad who couldn't get on the bus because they didn't put his name down.
Right?
Bless him.
So our thoughts with him. Hopefully he can still enjoy the game one way or the other this afternoon.
Let's hope that's a good
ball at the back with Cabango and Darling
for City on Tuesday.
Swansea. Forgive me if I keep calling you Darling.
Let's see if it can.
That's his name.
3 points for the
and he's swung the ball all the way down.
I don't mind.
Okay, good. It's a good thing we know each other well. The ball rolls behind for a goal kick to Sunderland. Anthony Patterson in green today.
You all right? He says, good morning, Cabby. How are the lads? Optimistic.
Red and white kit.
0-4, Isidore.
You can see that Swansea are going to press high, aren't they?
Yeah, 3 immediately up at the edge of the penalty area as Patterson takes it short to Mepham here on the right, and he swings it up over the halfway line down the right hand side. Roberts trying to flick it inside away from Josh Timon, but eventually played out for a throw to Sunderland on halfway on the right hand side. Trey Hume will take this just in front, literally just in front of Regis Lebris, his hands in his overcoat pocket. The ball flicked on past Roberts. I don't know if he got a touch. It's
Give
come
us a
back
nice
to
Christmas present.
Lawrence Vigouroux,
Heidi,
the
hello.
Camden Town-born Chilean goalkeeper for Swansea City, who's all in yellow. Away to our right this afternoon, closed down by Chris Rigg. Quickly kicks, it drops off Mienda, kept in by Dennis Sirkin, whose wrist is heavily bandaged.
Hello,
his
Billy.
right wrist, and it's come behind Mienda. He lost sight of it, and it bobbles away off him for a throw to Swansea, which is taken quickly. And we're in the second minute. Back here to the playmaker, as we heard from our colleague from BBC Radio Wales last night, Rob Phillips, Matt Grimes. Everything goes through Matt Grimes for Swansea. There he is, a pivot in the middle of the Swansea City midfield. It's swung down the right wing for Pert Harris, who's on loan from Brentford to chase. But again, it's gone behind for another goal kick to Sunderland.
Yeah, that's twice they've tried that. Get that wide player in on that side.
So Sunderland are in their familiar red and white.
No, they're trying to get Harris
shirts
away
today.
So the ball left
by
Patterson for Ballard, who taps it back to Patterson, and it's driven on
what a surprise
down the right wing, just kept in by Timon, down this left-hand side. Ronald, the Brazilian.
We'll call him Ronald. Been in the game today.
We'll call him Ronald for ease.
We'll call him Ronald.
He's just checking his studs. The ball out for the throw. Timon's going to take this for
the Swansea City coach pacing up and down the side of the pitch in his technical area.
Grimes on the left into the centre. Cabango just in front of the
standing, but he's right next to the
centre circle, and out wide on the right hand side. Played back to Cabango, inside to Grimes in the middle of the Sunderland half. Isidore trying to exert some pressure on there. Grimes trying to drive it through to the edge of the penalty area. Cleared. Jove has got hold of it, surrounded by white shirts. It breaks from Rigg. He taps it back to Mepham, and Mepham now here to Hume. Back inside to Hume. Tried to get away down the right. Chris Mepham, of course, Welsh international. At the back for Sunderland. Hume on this right hand side. Another throw just by Regis Lebris. Won by Ronald. He gets the ball back from a 1-2. Roberts has gone back track with him and is deemed to have fouled Ronald. He's pushed him out off the pitch. And a free kick wide on the left then for Swansea City. The early results today, incidentally, Bristol City 1, Queen's Park Rangers 1, Coventry 2, Hull 1, Preston 1, Leeds 1, but Leeds equalised in the 4th minute of added time. 0-0 here in the 5th minute.
And that's what we did against
Wales.
Bristol
Grimes
City.
will take the free kick on the left, wide on the left, just a yard in from touch. Plenty of white shirts inside the penalty area, 3 out.
Teams never say never die.
Matt Grimes. Grimes and Isidore is the one-man.
It seems to be strange we're kicking off at 3 p.m, doesn't it? It's weird.
Grimes swings it in with his left foot. Jobe heads it out. It'll drop in midfield and is brought down and played out by Timon to Grimes on the left. He swings it back into the penalty area. Ballard gets up with Darling. Drops for him. Oh, Vipotnik. 6 yards out,
1-0
unmarked,
down
just
already.
drives
Oh
it under
my
Patterson.
God.
And Swansea City, in the
What
5th minute, have taken the lead.
Start, man.
You know,
Hi,
again,
Cabby,
you
I
know,
hope the
question
man
marks
flew
are going to
has gone
be,
away.
you know, be asked
It's
there,
getting
Nick,
there.
as I said. He swung that ball in again. The first free kick we defended quite well. The second one, he's gone up in the air, but it's in the air for a long time, and I think we just stood there looking at each other. And Bobotnik didn't wait, he just spun on it. But
That's pathetic, like, that's absolutely
do you
awful,
think
that,
Patterson should have come and got it?
That is
Someone should.
awful.
Someone took their eye off the ball, literally.
It's there for a long time. There it is there, the ball's got up in the air, and we just stopped.
Yes. He was 6 yards out on his own and just had to drive it under Patterson.
Regis, I don't know what
And
the hell you're
as you
doing
heard the
at the
PA
minute,
announcer
like.
say, that's his first goal for Swansea. Signed from Bordeaux in the
That's,
summer.
I don't know if any of
Jan
you have seen
Popotnik.
that goal, but it's
And
headed up.
Swansea City won, Sunderland 0. This
Patterson
is early in the game,
wants to
plenty
go
of
for
time
it,
for
and then
Sunderland to
he hands
respond,
back.
but they were
Here
caught
we go
napping
again.
at the back from that set piece.
That's just awful. That's just awful.
Had a good recent record in the league, Swansea. They've not lost in 4, but before
dear
that
me.
they were trailing to Leeds here, going into added time 3-2. They pulled it back to 3-3.
It could be a long day,
Leeds
says
scored the winner
Graham.
in added
You
time.
can,
And previous to that, they've lost
TJ,
1-0
you
to
can be
Burnley,
negative
but their form's
again now,
good.
Cabby, says
They're 1-0
TJ.
up now. They've got something to hold on to, something to defend. Here's Rigg.
David
the-
Graham, it
at
could
the
be a
edge
long
of the
day. Kate and Joey,
centre
what
circle
channel is this
inside the
match
Swansea
on?
half.
This is
Brings the ball down in front of Pert
on
Harris.
the
Gets
Sunderland
the ball out to
website
Cirkin
there.
on the left-hand side. They reacted
Come on,
well
Sunderland, fight back, please, like and
in the week.
subscribe. Cheers, King.
In the game before the Bristol City game.
not getting
Sunderland's
back
going
into
behind.
this.
Can they do so again?
Says SJ.
Ball's gone out for a throw.
A little bit of concern,
Julian
Nick, is the goal
Gonzalez in the
we're
MACKEM Cabby
conceding.
K.
Yeah.
D Hall missing 09. Shocking goal
Yeah.
to concede.
I
SJ,
accept
it
that
was
because
awful.
it was a set piece,
It was just horrible.
and they have been of late conceding
Ball
goals.
watching from Dean
and
SAFC. I
struggling
don't
to
even
score
think
goals
there was
despite
ball
creating
watching,
chances,
honestly,
but
yeah.
they've not yet got in the Swansea City
All we
penalty
want
area in
for
the
Christmas
game
is
here
3
in
points,
the
yeah.
8th minute now.
Hello from Corfu,
And
Greece.
1-0 down.
Nicholas, big SAFC fan. Tingle
Here's
Ringo,
Darling
hello.
on the left-hand side, deep
Douglas
in the
Warwick,
Swansea
sat in
City
pub with
half.
a Cardiff supporter.
We're
and
live
he's
on
more
BBC
cheesed
Radio
off than I
Newcastle,
am.
DAB, and
Kate
preview
enjoys his
7-1-1 this afternoon. The ball back with Lawrence Vigouroux, the Chilean goalkeeper.
I don't know what's going
who
on with
drives
Sunderland
this
at
up
the minute,
over the
like,
halfway line, headed away
If
by
he just doesn't start
Mepham.
getting
Dan
some
Neal
stick, if he doesn't
brings
start
this
getting
down
leagues wins soon,
in
like.
front of Liam Cullen, gets it away from the Welshman, who's actually
Topsy T, yeah, another set
ball
piece.
locally. It's picked up by Franco, the Portuguese. He's found Cullum. Cullum shoots, and it's tipped round the post by Patterson.
Nearly 2-0.
It's a corner to Swansea.
Again, Ballard being robbed of the ball there.
Gateshead 1, Woking 0.
You know, Patterson had to make the save. I think
Sunderland
it was going
just
past the
hate
post, but he had to make the
festive
save.
people,
It
don't
was
they?
to make
They
sure.
hate the best of people with a passion.
Tymon's gone across to take this corner on the right-hand side for Swansea.
And again, we've got to defend.
It's another set piece.
Yeah.
So now they've got to be alert this time round. It's played short behind to Ronald and now to Grimes at the back of the penalty area, the corner. Isidor's gone to close him down to Tymon again, back to Ronald. Tackled by Mienda, but the ball breaks for Isidore rather than Ronald. He's trying to use his strength to get away now. Down the left wing, he's got round Grimes,
That's a foul,
who's brought him
referee.
down.
It's
And
a
it's a
foul.
free kick to Sunderland. It is a foul.
We are all
It
over the
is.
place.
Free kick
It took his time.
over on the left-hand side. Halfway inside the...
One thing I can say,
Swansea
it's early doors. There's plenty of time. But
So
they
Sunderland
get
need
a
to work this
second goal.
well. 1-0 down. Lining up along the 18-yard line. Roberts and Hume over the free kick, just a couple of yards from the touchline over on that far side.
Good delivery. That's what you need.
Riggs out in the centre, Dan Neal back at the front of the centre circle. Job looking to peel off on the
Sunderland
right
fans
here.
must be sick as
Roberts
chips,
will
like.
swing it in with his left foot. Someone went down there from Sunderland. It's come out to Rigg. He tried a low shot. It breaks. The keeper's got to it before Mienda. It leaps up out of the way as the
Ballard can't
Keeper
play out
slid
the back.
across and got the ball.
Kids burn out, give over, man.
Didn't break for
SJ.
Sunderland then.
And we're falling off back to reality,
Here's
guys.
Darling as the ball's
They're at
rolled out
1-0
to
up
him.
already. That's not took them
Harry
long.
Darling, former MK Dons.
We need a captain to
Centre
drive
half
forward.
leaves it for
lack
Matt
of
Grimes in the middle through the
concentration.
centre
Why, though? This
to
is- Hendo come back.
Franco.
Hendo come back.
John Callow. Franco.
Oh, God's sake.
And is laid off now by Josh Key to Cabango down the right touchline to Ronald. Pert Harris has come back over onto this left-hand side. It's swept up by
We've just gone
Grimes
to pieces, but like we
towards
just
the corner of
look
the
at patchwork
Sunderland
we were the
penalty area.
first few
Cullen thought he
weeks
was
of the
being fouled.
season.
He appeals to the assistant, but play's gone on. Sirkin drives it out straight to Ronald, and Ronald now trying to weave his way in. It's stabbed away by Sirkin, but back to a white shirt.
Roland
And now with
Sinclair
Josh
hello
Key down
says,
the
I
right
told
again
you
to
the Mac
Ronald,
Pato
who
story
looks up,
should have come
crosses.
out.
It's headed away by Ballard. It'll be a throw to Swansea.
Bit uncertainty there, Nick, again, between Ballard and Sirkin.
You can just make out the markings of the rugby that's played here on the pitch.
O'Neill should be
Faint
captain, but
markings
disgracefully
for
it's
the
Neil. Lack of leading. There's
Rugby.
something not right. I
Rugby
don't
team.
care what anybody says.
Ball
Danny
out on
Collins
the
and
right
Frankie
touchline
Francis
again.
predicted a
One
goal
back
like
by
this.
Job. Job now trying to stride on. Isidore's inside of him. Job needs a little bit more help, I think. He's got no one down the flank. Meander's a long way back. Eventually knocked out for a throw. Corner to Sunderland.
Good run.
Liverpool 0, Fulham 1 in the Premier League. So again, can they do something with this set piece? Sunderland, first corner of the game.
SJ will be
For
soon worried
Sunderland.
about any team below us, mate, if we keep performing the way
Hume
we
and
are.
Roberts have gone down to take it on the left. Rigg just outside the D. Meanders on the 6-yard line on
There's
the
only one
shoulder
way
of
down
Matt
the table
Grimes.
if you didn't win, and
Hume's
that's
come back
downwards.
down the touchline. Roberts, right arm raised briefly with his
Yeah.
left, drives this in. Ballard heads it across the penalty area towards the right. Drops for Job here. Job
When we
trying
get
to
awarded corners, we
knock it
might as
back
well
now
just
to
say we
Rigg.
didn't want him. Just give him the
Rigg
goal. Just give it a
swings
goal
it in
kick
with
to
his
Swansea.
left foot, headed out though by Vipotnik, the goal scorer, over to the far touchline, and it comes off Roberts. It's,
So,
well, the
folks,
assistant said it didn't go
what
out.
do you
It's
reckon is
played back
going
into
on
the
at the
penalty
minute?
area,
Then?
cleared by
With the
Swansea.
team? Is
Out
it,
for a throw to Sunderland.
is it
just
injuries
inside
that's
the Swansea
affecting
half.
us? Is Regis Labrie losing the plot?
Going to be left to
Or, as
Dennis
Janet
Sirkin
says, don't panic. It's
take
early. There's
this.
plenty time. But there's
Sunderland. Just
something
don't
just
seem
not-
to have got in the game.
Is
Do
it
they?
just
Just
not
a bit
quite
sluggish.
right with
We haven't
Sunderland?
started.
No, I just don't seem alert at the minute. There's a sort of legginess about them, but it's flicked on by Job. It's straight to Darling, down the right then to Pert Harris. Josh Key came off him, and Isidore and
It is Angela.
Meander trying to win it. And
I
finally
think we're
winning a
massively
throw.
missing
Back to Job, back again to Ballard in the Sunderland half,
Mundell.
and back to Anthony
just
Patterson
got
just outside
knout.
the penalty area. 14th minute, Swansea lead 1-0. Ballard on down the left wing to Sirkin, but still inside the Sunderland half. Job now, he's going to try and find a way through because he's closed down immediately, and Vipotnik is straight onto Ballard, who finds Mepham closed down as well. Roberts gets the ball inside to Neil,
Bring
who
back
floats the
Peter
ball
Reid.
out to the left wing to Meander, who's
Leggy,
trying to push
sick
it
of
on
this
past
excuse.
Key.
We play the
Thought he
same
was
with the
fouled.
teams.
Key's come away with the ball. Andy Davis, the referee, shakes his head. No free kick.
We
A
shall
block by
overcome, says
Meander.
Jack. And
Good
Julian
break for
says,
Isidore, corner of the penalty area.
Oh.
He pulls down
why
Matt
don't
Grimes,
panic? We won
and it's a free
one
kick to
and drew
Swansea.
like 6 or
Taken
7.
quickly,
Same crap
and looking
here
to
again.
counter-attack.
Last year was the
Grimes
same.
back
Fell
out
off in
on
February.
this right-hand side then to Pert Harris, who's trying to dribble his way past Job and Ballard, and now on the touchline is tripped by Ballard. It's a free kick to Swansea City.
We're not at the races, Nick, are we?
Why
No,
are we not at the races?
no.
for? That's what I want to know. Why?
We're giving away silly free kicks.
What's the reason behind it?
Middlesbrough were doing something, but then suddenly the message curtailed. It disappeared, so I don't know what they're doing.
We need to
It's
rotate
1-0
more with what
to
we've got, says
Swansea
Colin.
City.
Add a few next month. Colin
We're
Robinson
in
says our squad
the
is smaller
15th
than
minute.
most in the top 5. At least the ones we're willing able to
Got to
use.
defend this one.
I don't know, it's just like mentally
So
we
this
just
will be
don't
from the
seem to
right
be
touchline
motivated at all.
Plenty of white shirts again in the penalty area. And Timon, Ronald and Key back out in midfield. It's swung in then from the left by Grimes, hooked away by Patrick Roberts. Comes to Key in the middle, at the edge of the centre circle. And he's trying to get away from Mayenda now. On the halfway line on the left, plays it all the way back to the goalkeeper. Vigouroux, who's out in midfield and drives it down the right wing. He's done well there to pick out Ronald, who's got past Roberts, went down, but no free kick. Oh. Job's robbed, pulls down the player, and a yellow card for Job. Pulls down, I think it was Vipotnik, just outside the penalty area as he tried to burst through.
We're still asleep, Nick.
That was Franco he pulled down. Yeah,
we're still asleep. The ball's gone into Job. He's had a good touch, and the Swansea players just come round the side of him, taking the ball off him.
Yeah,
you haven't got that time. Got to do things quicker, haven't we?
They need a proverbial kick up the backside at the moment, don't they? Grimes is going to take the free kick by the look of things. Referee's having a word with Pert Harris. Isidore is on his shoulder in the 6-yard box, then peels off him, comes back out to the
not good at the minute, is it? My God.
Edge of the penalty area. He's standing nowhere near 10 yards away from the ball, Isidore, towards the left. The referee's come back to the wall. He's having a word with the Swansea striker Jan Vipotnik at the moment. Then comes back again, Andy Davis. Cullen over the free kick now.
Together with his free kick.
So it looks like Liam Cullen's going to take this with his left. And he tries to turn this in, and he has.
2-0.
Liam Cullen has doubled the lead for Swansea City with that free kick. Sunderland have fallen behind to 2 free kicks, effectively. Liam Cullen with that second in the 17th minute.
And sometimes you've got to hold your hands up. It's a quality free kick. But again, you know, leading up to it, Nick, we've given the ball away, we've given the foul away. You know, Joe Bellingham's picked up a yellow card. We've got to do things quicker. As he said, we're still on the flight or the plane or coach or whatever. We've not got going.
No, and it's proved costly.
I just don't know what to say, like, honest to God.
We're 18 minutes in, and Sunderland are 2-0 down.
This is a test. This is. But as a quality free kick, you've got to hold your hands up.
Oh, it was struck beautifully. It came off the underside of the bar, but nonetheless, it
what,
was well struck by Liam Cullen.
Ages, like, well, again, I don't care what anybody says.
Give away a free kick. We're in possession of the ball.
Enough, like.
Too slow. You haven't got that time.
His 6th championship goal of the season. Isidore trying to win the ball at the edge of the Swansea penalty area. It ricochets off Mayenda back to the goalkeeper.
Test the character now, Nick.
It is. It is.
Try to get back into this game. Good thing is we've got enough time to do that.
Oh, Gary, man, that's not going to happen, mate.
Well, that was again, I think a cheap goal to concede the free kick in the first place, and punished then by 2 set pieces. The first that wasn't defended properly. The second was just struck straight in. So Swansea 2 up. We're in the 19th minute.
And you know what we say when you're 2-0 up? The next goal. It is important.
Yeah, it is important.
Yeah,
Gateshead 2 up against Woking. Yeah, the next goal will be critical. Here's Cullen again. Franco trying to win it in the middle from Job. We're live on BBC Radio Newcastle, by the way. As Sirkin tries to get away down the left-hand side, Franco wins the ball off him.
Seriously.
Just passes it down the line to Pert Harris, and closed down by Ballard, who strides through and gets the ball, gets it away from Cullen, finds Dan Neil, threads the ball through to Isidore on the shoulder of Cabango.
Sorry, like, but Regis has got to take
on the left-hand side, down the left again to Mayenda, who's trying to get into the penalty area. It's tackled by Pert Harris. A good, strong challenge, a good tackle, nothing wrong with it. Pert Harris gets the ball back from Key and lays it back off to Key. And Key plays it through to the goalkeeper in the middle of the
Tony, can everybody
Swansea
go over
penalty
to the petition
area
and sign it to show support for Greg Wallace
2-0
and
then
make
the home
a stand
side lead.
against cancel culture? Thanks, guys.
Drawn away
Thanks to
at
MACKEM CABBIE for helping
Southampton in the 3rd round of the FA Cup. Swansea.
Keith says the wheels have definitely fallen off.
Towards Key on the right touch line,
mate. We can't deal with them.
to
Feel sorry for the lads who went
Swansea
down there.
just inside the Sunderland half.
We never beat these, says
taken
Dave.
on the halfway line then by Key.
Cannot beat anybody's
Back to
eyes at the
Ben
minute.
Cabango,
Gary Hall cannot
Welsh
defend.
international
That was a good
centre-half.
goal though, Gary. Mandy Gray
Passes
going
it
to be
on
a
to
cricket score this.
Franco.
Adam French,
And then
we are
out.
very slow. This game is done.
Back in again. Into the middle
Just
to
got up to a
Cabango.
2-0 score. Not the way at the start of the day.
Darling.
We're never going to score 3.
Roberts goes to close him down.
There's that pass
And the
again.
pass again, long one, looking for Pert Harris is offside.
Durham
And the ball rolls away. It'll be a
Diver
free
says,
kick
yeah,
into
same old
Sunderland,
Sunderland, nothing changes.
deep in the Sunderland
I
half.
just know.
As we
when
were
to
saying in the
press
build-up,
the
their
self-destruct,
record
the same old
since
Sunderland. It's
the
going to
Premier
be
League here is
Stoke
4.
5-0 here, like
2 defeats and a 0-0 draw last
Michael.
season. And they're 2-0 down here now.
But
Julian
you
says,
always you can see the pattern of play already, Nick. You know, you
Dreyfus
trying to
should
hit that
bring
left to
on
right
at
ball
least 3 more good players. We
out
can't
to
play in a
Harris.
game with
They've
Russo
tried it
and
on 3 or
Barnes
4
bench.
occasions.
Rosie says Liverpool are down to 10
Sheffield
men
United
on
should
1-0.
restore their
They'd
lead this
still
afternoon
probably
if they win. They're beating Plymouth Argyle 1-0. Humes just put the ball
Proper
out.
dog.
It's a throw
Dirt
to Swansea.
says,
Timon will take
Regis
it just in
Lebree,
front of
gone
Regis
by the end of
Lebree.
the season. Just wait until
And,
Jan we have those players as well.
Josh Timon
Well, Leroy,
Stoke,
it's a results
full
business,
back,
mate,
finds
and so
Ronald in the
far
middle.
I'm not impressed with Regis
on
Lebree
halfway,
these last
bounces
couple
off
of months or so.
Isidore and
It's just
him
not
and
good enough, I'm
back to
afraid.
Cabango. Isidore's won the ball off Cabango. What can he do with it? He's pulled down. Cabango's pulled Isidore down.
Moon's out.
It's a yellow card for Cabango
Dodds will be chuffed.
as Isidore threatened to
Roland
get away
says,
in the middle.
I told you Patton
That
not
was
reading
triggered
why
off by
bring
Chris
his hands in, not
trying
out.
to press close
Brian,
down.
get
Yeah, the
09
pair of
on
them.
nail off. Get 09 on and
And
nail
Cabango
off.
caught by Isidore,
And
got
Bong
away
says,
with the
I
ball.
think the
but
style of play
Cabango
changing
just
from one
grabbed the back of his
formation
shirt, pulled
to
him
the other.
down.
When
Right
I asked
in
has
the
been
middle,
missing for
central
about a
of
month.
the
Injuries
Swansea
and
City
obviously
half.
showing SCFC have a small squad. I say this every single
Roberts comes back, Riggers to the right.
Injuries
Isidore's
screw
come
us
striding back
all
here.
the
He's
time.
wanting a
We're
word
missing
with
Watson.
Roberts.
I mean, how many
because
more?
Roberts
If we
has
get
left
any
the
more
ball for
injuries
him
today, who knows?
to take the free kick.
Is he going to have a shot from
But
there?
if Isidore gets injured, Bellingham gets injured.
He's being very optimistic, isn't he? Riggs alongside of him.
Keep up the great work,
Surely
mate.
he's not going
Cheers,
to try and
Adam.
shoot from the middle of the Swansea half.
But I've said before, if you didn't
He
have
is.
strength
I
in
think he
depth,
could be right. He's not taking the
you're
very
not
long
going to push for
run up
promotion
here.
in this division.
Isidore.
If you've not got a
He's
good
left it
strength
for
in depth.
Rigg. Rigg chips it into the penalty area. Liam Cullen nods it down to Mepham, and it ricochets back to the goalkeeper.
2-0,
nothing
and
in the
Sunderland
end.
fans have not even sat down eating the bottle
Swansea
yet.
City still lead 2-0, and we're almost halfway through the first half. Played up to Vipotnik.
Thanks for the subscriber,
who's
thank you.
using his strength to hold off Dan Neil, but Neil gets it back
Paul
eventually
says
to Roberts.
the
Now
bench
Job
isn't
in the
too
middle.
bad. I
Back
hope
to Mepham
to
and
see
Ballard.
some problem solving by
Ballard
Regis Lebree. Terry says Dodds need
bringing
to change
it
it at
on
half time.
and playing it out to
Super
Sirkin
Roker
on the
Roll,
left-hand
Sheffield United
side.
1, Plymouth 0. That's
Back
just virtually
to
a buy in it for them.
Ballard.
A confidence knock,
Forwards to
says Janet.
Job, closed down and pushed down
Julian
by
says, how
Franco
you saying bench is
Free
not
kick.
that bad.
to Sunderland.
But it is.
In the Sunderland half,
You don't strengthen your side in
poised to
depth.
take it. Dan Neil drops
This is
back.
going to happen every time.
Tap to Neil. Back to Ballard. Ballard wide again to Sirkin inside the Swansea half. Looking for the run of Mienda. Mienda's going down the left of the penalty area, and it just came off Cabango for another corner to Sunderland. Sunderland's second corner. But they're 2-0 down. In the 24th minute now, Trey Humes jogging across to take the corner on the left away to our right. As we look down from this main stand, I call it the main stand, but it's a uniform ground. There's no stand any higher or lower than any other. Very symmetrical stadium. All the seats picked out in
God's
black and
sake.
white. The corner then from the left-hand side, turned in by Hume. For a moment there was I thought the goalkeeper lost it, but it's gone behind and it looks like it may have gone
Them Sunderland
straight
fans
out
down there
behind.
must be sitting.
It's a goal kick.
What am I doing down here? Am I mad?
So
I
2-0
wonder
it is
if we
then.
get early
20,
subs on, says Janet.
coming up towards the
We need
25th
Luka
minute.
Modric, not Luke 09, says G.
Ball
Paul,
tapped by
Julian, no
Cabango back
academy
to
players.
Vigouroux.
Onion,
who last
O'Shea,
season
Connolly, Andrew
was at
Barger. It's a
Burnley,
real
signed
test
from
of
Burnley in
character
the
now.
summer.
Regis Lebree keeps saying
And,
we learned from a lot
now
that game.
back
But
here
let's
with
see him make
Isidore,
some
who's got it
positive
down the left
changes.
wing. Has he got the strength to come in past Cabango? And
Connor, we need
Well, they
early
need
subs
help.
with 2-0 down against a mediocre side. Well, the
Mienda
Mechanos look
trying
so
to
mediocre.
break down the
haven't
left
they?
side of the penalty area, pulls it back for Rigg. It comes off him though and is
He
cleared.
doesn't do early subs, says
by
Angela. Come on, boys, says Luty.
Swansea. And now here is Hume swinging it in. Job
Ryan
heads
says,
it
what the hell?
down.
What on earth
Rigg
are
tries
you
a
doing?
shot. It's
Are the
blocked
lads already
again.
thinking about Christmas
And
dinner?
It's
Topsy
now
T says, to be honest, the way we've been playing lately, we're due a
Ballard
drumming like, so.
almost back on the halfway line.
Too much put already. Subs too late every week, says Brian.
So now Grimes gets the ball forwards up to the halfway line, looking for Ronald on the left side. Cut out though by MACKEM to Roberts. Back to Hume on the right side, and he's passed it back to
Stephen Lynn says
Patterson. Cullen goes to close him down. Ballard it's passed to, and he's going to bring this out. And he plays it between Vipotnik and Pert Harris to Sirkin on the left. Job wins it. Finds Mienda. Sunderland have lost it again, a bit casually over there.
Cheers for the 309 who's brave to watch this.
And
so
Grimes
hit that thumbs up, thanks, and hit
back
the
to
subscribe if you're new. Cheers. Thank you. Got another subscriber there.
So Cabango to Darling. Darling trying to
little bit of
get
hope,
away
only
from
2-0 down.
Rig, looking for the run of
Swansea
Ronald.
gets a
Methem's
third.
cut across in front
Good
of him.
lead,
Offside. Offside. Free kick to Sunderland. It's already been played and taken. It's
Have a look
game
at the
just carried
social
on.
media, see
Neil
what's going on.
to MACKEM. MACKEM on this right hand side, back again to Patterson.
Someone says, Mike Elliott says, we're going down quicker than the Hindenburg.
I guess he'll turn around
Jordan
and say,
says,
now
1
he's
win
right.
in
He's
9,
dropped the 2 goal
lucky to
scorers
finish
in the week
mid-table at this rate. If
when
the
they
club are
beat
serious about
Plymouth,
playoff players, we are desperate for a striker
the
and
goalkeeper
someone in the
comes
middle
out,
of
heads
the
it
park.
away from
No flag.
Isidore. There was no flag. I think he might have got away with that one if he's got on the end of it. And Job now.
Jordan says we
to
need to change the formula.
Roberts trying to get round the defender Timon, who caught him, and it's a free kick on the right side of the penalty, almost the corner of the penalty area. He just left his body in there, Timon, and Roberts sort of bounced off his hip, didn't he? And it's a free kick then, which Hume and Roberts are over. 27th minute. Andy Davis marking where he wants Ronald and Franco to stand.
Thanks for the subscriber again, thank you.
Stoke 1, Cardiff 0 in the Championship. 2 in the wall then, and Rigg is standing at the edge of the D again, just outside the box. And
I mean, do you think I'm being
Roberts
a bit daft by saying
walked off down the right
the
of the
cracks are
penalty
starting
area?
to appear when
Hume
Regis
then
Lebrie's
will
tactics are the way?
curl
Great
this
ball,
in,
great
good
ball.
ball in, and a goal back,
Get it!
and it's Dan Ballard,
Great ball.
who's managed to dive low and head the ball under Bigelow. Good
Come
ball in
on.
from Hume, and Sunderland have got a goal back now in the 28th minute.
Excellent goal.
Well done from
tell you
Ballard.
Well done.
Ballard
well
made
done.
that is.
Well done.
You know, we don't see many diving headers,
No,
but he was
and it was
brave
low.
there
Come on.
because he's
Very
had to
low.
go down to buy the boot. But it's a great ball in by Hume. And we said the next goal is very, very important.
And that's 3 goals in the game, more from set pieces, basically.
Lovely header. Lovely header. Well done.
So
well done.
Swansea 2, Sunderland 1, and that's given them a lifeline now to get. If they could get one back before half time, it will be game on. Certainly, not that it's not now that they pulled a goal back. So back with Patterson, and credit to Ballard for that, getting his first goal of the season. It's with Grimes though now for Swansea City, back in the Sunderland half. And Sunderland having been offered that lifeline, will that kick-start them now? Will they actually get back in the game or into the game, which they failed to do really until that. 3 goals then in this opening half an hour. Live on BBC Radio Newcastle. Swansea 2, Sunderland 1. Throw for Sunderland on the right-hand side, which Hume is going to take. Needs some help. Roberts back to Hume. Got the assist, and now Roberts back to Hume again, who turns it into the centre, but it's swept past Rigg. It's straight to Matt Grimes. And Grimes now to Franco to his left, and out to Timon on this left-hand side. Timon swings in across, headed out by MACKEM. Mienda's in front of Key. And he's got to try and turn it away from Key, back to Sirkin, who's trying to launch it down the left wing for Jobe, who brings it down on the touchline. Grimes tackles him, it's a throw to Sunderland.
A red card should be issued to Brees. He is useless, said Stephen.
Newcastle United won Leicester 0 in the Premier League this afternoon.
2-1, but still 2-0.
Goals raining in.
Crazy, says Sunderland.
2-1 to Swansea.
I know.
Gateshead 3, Woking 0. The ball from Sirkin drops to Jobe on the halfway line, back to Sirkin inside his own half, and behind him is Ballard, who's trying to get it forward.
I hate to criticise because we often score after I slag someone off. I think Regis is being ill-advised. He persists with players that aren't performing. I like Rig Bellingham, McNeil and Isidore, as Peter said.
Back to Vigouroux.
Well, I just says,
I'm
being harsh by saying the cracks starting to
half.
show for Regis, and then 2 seconds later we
Driven
score.
on,
But
straight up through the middle. Vipotnik lays it off to Cullen behind him. Franco looking for Ronald's run into the penalty area, but it bounces through and behind.
Blackburn 1-0. Look, see what I mean? The teams around us.
To Sunderland. Patterson throws the ball forwards onto the 6-yard line.
343. Hit that thumbs up, thank you. Let's see if we can get 100 likes and hit the subscribe button
Williams,
if you're new. Cheers.
Appointed in January this year.
Albert says after last season, if we get into the playoff,
the ball lost in the middle again. Vipotnik lays it off to Grimes. Grimes, he's trying to recover the ball after a tackle from Dan Neil.
Well done,
and away comes Neil now, with Rigg and Neil combining. It's played through by Neil, looking for Isidore. Back from Cabango to the goalkeeper, though. He passes it back out to Cabango. Now Darling and out wide to Timon. Timon cutting back inside. And Rigg going to close him down. Timon cutting across the middle
Janet
of the
says, Peter, they have
Swansea
it in them,
half.
they must
There's
push forward.
Bank
It's
of red and white
belief.
shirts in front of him. And he's now trying to get around Jobe. Timon still with it, leaves it for Key. Key back to the goalkeeper. Good pressing from Isidore. Forces Vigouroux to put the ball out for a throw.
Great press. Great press.
Colin Robinson, hello, says
there's
Lebree
a
has
player down
outperformed expectations in the
the
first half of the season.
Sunderland
Give him a
half,
chance
and
to
the
get
referee's
used to
gonna
the
allow
league
him to
and
get
learn from some
treatment.
lessons, says Colin.
You said
That's
it was
what
going to
Colin
be a
thinks.
0-0.
Well,
Just
that's
woke
gone
up
out
as
the
I'm on
window,
nights
isn't it? That went out the
to
window
this,
after
however,
5
the lad
minutes.
says North Allerton. Welcome. Ian Wilkinson says too many poor
Vipotnik
players.
and Cullen
Job is awful.
For
What do you think of Ian's comments?
Swansea.
Job's been awful.
Ballard for Sunderland.
Julian says, despite
Players
this goal,
taking
we
this
need to
opportunity
go
to
back
come
to
across and get some
4-2-3-1.
refreshments.
4-3-3 is not working.
The last
And,
thing what Swansea would want is
there's a break now.
Stoke on Cardiff
Lose
1 and
Grimes.
Ollie says Rigg and the team
That's
again.
easy.
Lose Grimes,
Yeah, he's the one who pulls all the strings for Swansea.
Flat on his back at the minute. Former Exeter defender. Stoke 1, Cardiff 1. They pull one
Well,
back.
this is the
Cardiff.
same, the typical tactics. Sunderland starting to just come on top a
Leatham's
little
having a
bit.
conversation,
The
pointing
opposition
down the
team
far end of the pitch
slows
with the
things
referee,
down
Andy
by
Davis.
having an injury, which always happens to them.
Andy Davis is obviously trying to explain his point of view. Grimes is still receiving treatment, lying on the pitch here,
No, wrong
down
one.
in front of us in,
just
in the
wanting to slow
Sunderland
Sunderland down.
half. Blackburn 1, Luton 0.
Rosie Law says
Blackburn
at the
are the
moment
form
we
team,
have
aren't
to
they, at
work
the
with
moment?
players.
They're on a good
We
run, aren't
have
On
the
a very
most
good
players
run.
out with injuries.
Of
We
course, we
do
face
have a
them
lot
on
of players
Boxing
out with
Day.
injuries. Says Janet,
Full
I know, but
commentary on
nothing
BBC
happened to
Radio
create
Newcastle.
competition for places, says Peter.
Grimes sitting up
It was a good goal by
and
Dan Ballard. It was a cracking header.
taking a swig
We
out
need
of the
09.
drink.
He will defend and
Seems all
attack.
right.
Drinks bottle and seems to be okay. He's hauled to his feet. And applause around for
Yeah,
the
says, come on, son. And just showing you the Swansea goals again. And their first one,
Swansea
the goal
captain,
scorer
Matt
even
Grimes.
looked round as if to say,
comes
That
off
was
to the
that
edge of the
easy.
pitch. All the players drifting back on again.
I don't know.
Referee having a word with Vigouroux at the
See how
moment.
Swansea City
I
has
think it should
slowing
be
the
the
game down
Sunderland
with
throw, shouldn't
injuries.
it,
Just
to
to this is what they
resume,
do.
but everyone seems to be haphazardly wandering about the pitch as though they're out for a stroll at the moment.
Big shout out to
Ball boy on the
Stealth
far
Gaming.
side picks the ball up.
Big shout out to you guys, Stealth Gaming, being a subscriber since beginning.
It is a throw, and
Spot on, Stealth, mate. Welcome
Mienda's trying to
along.
indicate, I think, to Sirkin. It's
Ian Wilkinson's, we've
your
got 3
throw.
in centre midfield and never dominate.
It's like nobody wants to take it.
Job,
Finally,
Neil,
Sirkin bursts into
awful.
a jog and is going to go down and take the throw for Sunderland. 35th minute. Matt Grimes waiting to come back on for Swansea. Sirkin's throw, well, they're booing Sirkin for throwing it back to Balaba. I thought the ball was played out because Vigouroux was basically put down under pressure by Isidore. It wasn't anything to do with putting it out to stop play so
The thing
Grimes
is, though,
could
is
get
why
treatment.
are Sunderland starting so
Vigouroux.
slow on a lot of these games?
Swings it up into the Sunderland half, onto the head of Hipotnik, then MACKEM brings it down off his head for Neil, who's having to work hard now to get it back from Hipotnik,
like our heads still in the pillow or
won the throw for Swansea City down the left-hand side. We played 35 minutes, there'll be a minute or two added on at the end of the first half for the treatment to Matt Grimes. Swansea lead 2-1. Back with Cabango, now with Darling. Back to Cabango
Brian
in the
Hughes says
the middle.
1-9.
Back to the
Over
goalkeeper.
Peter Savage, I think you spoke about
in
this.
his
I think
bright
on
yellow
field captaincy
drives
is
it onto the head of
questionable.
Hume.
Eddie
Through the middle,
Crawford,
he's headed to
hello
Neil.
Eddie mate. He says what happened to
Behind
Jack
him is
Larpenley?
MACKEM.
All
MACKEM
our good
now to
players
Ballard.
being sold.
Ballard back to
Albert
Chris
reckons
MACKEM.
Neil is hopeless.
And MACKEM
We
out
can
to
slow
Hume
Robert,
on the
hello,
right-hand
Robert.
side. Quick
Says
ball
hello.
forwards through the middle to
Peter
Dan Neil.
Crawford says enjoying this
3
again.
white
Thanks,
shirts
Cabby. You
around
are
him. He gets it
welcome.
out to Roberts on the right.
Lacey Cairns,
Looking for a
hello,
ball
Lacey.
through the middle
Says
for
hi.
Isidore. Cut out by
You are correct,
Cabango.
Albert, says Brian.
Now played out to this left-hand side. And Timon plays it straight at Roberts. Behind him is Grimes. Grimes back to Darling. And across to Cabango.
Not doing too bad, Robert.
Cabango
Thanks for
wide
popping
again
in there.
now for Pert Harris. He's cutting in.
I feel a
cutting
little
inside.
bit better with
The
Sunderland getting
Man
a
on
goal
loan from Brentford.
back.
He was at Chelsea from youth.
Of course, it changes the
last
course
few years
of
has
the game
been
massively.
at
just
Brentford
getting that
last
goal back.
second half of last season was on loan at Portsmouth. Miles, Pert Harris. The ball with Key on the right touchline. Back to Cabango. Just inside the Sunderland half. Grimes again. Down the right wing. And it's played inside to Pert Harris. Back through Franco to Key and Cabango on the halfway line.
I watched Swansea
pushed up
against
through the middle
Leeds
to Grimes.
that time when Swansea
Grimes
lost 4-3, but
closed
Swansea
down
were
by
really
Job
good
and
against
Rigg
Leeds as well.
is in front of him as well. Finds Darling. Forwards again down the left. Liam Cullen gets the ball
Hoping for a
forwards straight to
2-2
Hume.
at the minute, Durham.
On down the right to Roberts. Timon chasing back. Roberts cutting into the middle. Roberts still going.
Give it in,
Roberts in the
boys.
centre, trying to roll it to Job. Job now just teeing up Isidore on the left of the penalty area. Blocked by Cabango, his shot. And back up into the Sunderland half.
Good play by Rob. I just thought he was going to pass it straight to Isidore.
373. Come on, let's see if we can get to 100
Dan
likes. We've
Neil,
got
centre
69
circle.
likes. And anybody
Driving
new,
it down
hit
the right
that
wing. It's too
subscribe
hard.
button.
It'll come back to the
Tardy,
goalkeeper.
another subscriber there. Thank you.
Bigelow has it. Began his
Oh,
career
come all you
at
faithful,
Brentford
says
and
D Hall. Doug
Tottenham,
B says
went
new
to
playing to
Liverpool
put him in the shop window, but
Swindon,
it's not
and then he
helping.
actually went to play in Chile.
Michael
for a team
Atkinson
called
would like to
Everton
see
de Villa
09
Del
in the
Mar.
holding midfield
He
role
is
with Neil
Chilean
further forward,
by nationality.
giving Rigg a rest.
Here, though,
for a
is
couple of
Pert
games.
Harris trying to chip it through to Hipotnik. It went over him, but
Maybe
Ronald's
try
got it in the
Conley
penalty
to provide
area.
some goals. Neil
Shot
is
blocked
not
by
a defensive
MACKEM.
midfielder.
Comes back out now to Key, looking for Franco down the right of the penalty
Neil
area.
bothers us
Straight
a bit.
into Pert
Great
Harris.
block, great
off
block
the back
by
of
Ballard.
Ballard. Great block.
You're still dangerous, Swansea, like when they're going forward.
And away to Job. Job now. It's got Meander on the left, but it's come off the ankles of Key and back to Cabango. But the referee has given a free kick. Was that handball? I'm trying to think.
I think we're asleep, especially on that left-hand side. Dennis Serkin's not up to pace at the present moment because he stopped playing. He thought the ball had gone out.
Well, it's still 2-1, 39th minute.
Tears clear.
MACKEM. And he plays it
Robert
wide
says,
to
just doing
Roberts.
some
Roberts
Christmas
on the
shopping wrapping
touchline.
from me, mum. Thought I'd just play this
Taking
game
this
in the
on away
background.
from Ronald.
Thanks for tuning
the
in,
Brazilian.
Robert, mate. It means a
The
lot.
Brazilian has got it off him. And Roberts trips.
Wake up, lads, says
Ronald.
Colin. Ian Wilkinson
It's a
says
free
start
kick.
slow because they coach that way. Try to
Yardage
play it
and
as if
touch.
they're on a PlayStation.
Halfway
and we
inside
hoof it up
The Swansea half on the
from all
left,
up
and
front. Too
Timon
many
takes it.
half-hearted
Every
performances.
opportunity to get, Nick, the look for Pete Harris on that right-hand
Julian
side.
says, if
for his
Neil's not a
pace.
defensive
Yeah.
midfielder, then what is Neil?
22-year-old, short sleeves and black gloves, plays it back to Cabango, forwards to Franco, lays it off again to Cabango, and on over the halfway line to Key. Pert Harris wide, and he's gone for him. He's going to try and chase this Pert Harris down into the corner. He's just kept it in, and then it's finally put out by Serkin. I think Serkin's trying to say the ball had gone over the line before that, but throw's been given to Swansea.
Down that right-hand side again, Nick.
Again, yeah. Key has come forwards to take the throw, Josh Key for Swansea.
Cheers, Colin.
Another sign from Exeter, Josh Key a few years ago. 2 years ago, or a year ago. Here he is again.
Blackburn 2-0 up, they're doing well, man.
Swansea
aren't
right
they?
back into Darling. Crosses headed away from Vipotnik by
Ian says,
Mepham.
imagine putting
Out to
Kevin
Rigg
Ball
in
in our centre
midfield, but
midfield. God, he'd eat them up,
Grimes
wouldn't
has fouled Rigg.
he?
Matt
Lacey
Grimes
Cairns, do you
sounds
like
like a
apples?
character out of a Dickens novel, doesn't he? He's got a beard as well. Blackburn 2, Luton 0. The bearded Grimes
I tell you what, I'm surprised how bad
A
Luton
shoot
Town's done
in the
this season.
centre.
So,
Out here
like,
wide to Hume. Hume, Ronald closes him down, plays it back to Mepham. And Mepham across now to Ballard, who strides out from defence up to the halfway line and plays it away into touch. Behind Sirkin. 2-1
Andy
still to
says, "I'm
Swansea. The
just going,
41st
signing
minute
off
here
now."
at Swansea City
2-1
Live on
now,
BBC
says
Radio
Andy.
Newcastle. Darling at the back. Plays it back again to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper closed down by Rigg. Kicks. Swings out towards the right touchline. Kept
Need
in
to
there
get Rigg
by
into the game on
Key, who
sub, Neil, yeah.
plays it back now to Franco. Franco back out wide to Josh Key on the touchline. Drives in across. Mepham heads it powerfully back out
Mayenda
to
is never
the
a winger.
far
Sirkin
side.
half
It's
asleep.
bounced out for a throw to Swansea
I mean,
City,
Isadore's done now, has he?
who
Has
will
he
be
had a touch,
away
Isidore?
at Hull next
Um,
weekend. Josh Tymon's
Blackburn, goal difference
hometown. He
8,
started his
Sunderland, goal
career with
difference
Hull.
13.
It's played behind Timon actually. The ball out to Ronald on the left, back to Grimes in the centre circle. Short pass forwards to Key, back to Cabango. Isidore on his shoulder. Cabango just turns. Cardiff-born Ben Cabango. And
Isadore's just been so
signed by
isolated
Swansea from
recently, hasn't he?
Newport's youth academy, the under-15s. Here's Timon, slipped it inside, looking for Cullen, who managed to get it ahead of Dan Neil. Out to Ronald and back to Cullen, back to Ronald on the touchline, back again to Darling. He finds Ronald again, but it's won by Rigg. Rigg takes this inside and gets it away from Cullen into the path of Isidore, who's found Job, who's going to stretch for this.
Well done.
Before Vipotnik got onto it, and now with Ballard and out to Sirkin, just
Luton are
short
one
of
of
the
those
halfway
odds-on
line.
favourites to win the league at the
We
beginning.
played
I
42
know.
minutes. It's Swansea City 2, Sunderland 1.
Everyone can see it, Adam.
Neil
I
leaves
can't
it for
understand
Ballard,
how
forwards to Job,
that
back to
kid keeps
Neil.
his place.
Ballard again,
Topsy-turvy
back
season.
again
Ian Wilkinson,
to
this is
Patterson.
another abysmal team
And here to
performance.
Mepham. And Mepham
Mandy Gray, the 3 players up front
calling
done
players
nothing
to
yet.
him,
Not
takes
a
it up
thing.
to the halfway line, trying to get it through to Isidore, cut out by Cabango for Franco. Job in front of him, it's left for Key.
Doug, it's ever
Key
since
to
we've lost
Grimes
Mundell.
again at the back of the
We've just gone
centre
to the
circle.
dogs.
Now with Darling, back to Grimes. Grimes finds Key on halfway. Job's going with him. Mayenda's in front of him. Slips it through to Pert Harris. Pert Harris out wide here on the right again for the cross, which goes behind for a corner to Swansea. Their second of the game. Set piece.
Love a set piece, Nick, and you can see where, you know, they get majority of their play is down that right hand side. You know, Key and Harris.
Mundell's been
You know,
injured,
Key
Robert, for a
just
few
comes
weeks.
in
Yeah,
field.
he's-
Makes an extra player in midfield, but Harris
Janet
is the
says
outlet
keep
as well.
the faith.
Grimes applauded by the home fans as he goes down to take this corner on the right. Vipotnik, Pert Harris, Cullen, Cabango all in the 6-yard area. Darling tried to get his head round it, but it's come down here for Rigg, and then it's put behind by Cabango.
I'll tell you what, again, we made a mess of that clearance, didn't we? We didn't clear it.
You didn't get it clear. And Cabango got his foot through it, but the wrong side of the post from his perspective. A let off for Sunderland in the 44th minute. 2-1 to Swansea. Headed on to Ronald by Timon. It's going to go out for a throw to Swansea down the left here, just in front of the
390 now watching. Welcome, everyone.
Swansea technical area. How much time do you think we'll get? A couple of minutes?
Yeah, a couple of minutes.
Jack Richmond, we're a team of two
We are
halves.
nearly
Fingers
up
crossed
to
the
the
second half
changing
is
rooms,
our
get
good
everything
form.
sorted out.
Yeah. We're in the last minute of the
It's
first
a miss
half.
with Watson as well, 2 months out.
Here's
Team
Timon.
playing
Back
like
again
we
to
played
Darling.
with
Isidore
Dodds.
gives chase. Across to Cabango. Gets there ahead of Mienda. Gets it away down the wing to Pert Harris. Sirkin's with him. He's still in his own half. Plays it back to the goalkeeper again. Into the last 30
Look at that
seconds of the
left-hand side.
45.
right hand side all the time.
Sean, 69
Driving it out there
19
again, the
terrible.
goalkeeper.
This is just like
It's headed
Bristol.
away by Ballard. Franco will turn it inside, straight to Job. Gets it forwards here to Isidore. Little
It's simple,
backheel
just
trying to
someone
find
just on the
Neil.
balls of our
Intercepted by
backsides.
Cullen. Back to
And the squad's
Cabango.
just so bare
And now
thin.
with Darling,
With
we will
injuries.
have 3 minutes of added time.
And that's the only way I am going to keep sticking up for
So into those
Sunderland.
3 minutes, Swansea leading 2-1. The ball back with Cabango.
Because
Here
of
to
the
Darling
fact
on the left-hand
we're
side.
missing so
Coming
many
up to
crucial
halfway
players.
with Rigg on his shoulder. Rigg blocks him. It's a good block by Rigg.
I, Michael,
Forced
will
him to
probably
play the
wait
ball
until
out
we're 3-1 down, doing
With
it.
him for a Swansea throw, which Josh
Peter
Timon
Savage says we didn't
is going
deserve
to
a
take
point
just a
against
few
Bristol.
yards down
Ridge
from
needs to
Regis
at
Lebris.
half-time.
To Cullen, back to Timon, and Timon back to Darling, and Darling, he manages to sweep it
Who
past
would you
Isidore
change
back
at
to the
half-time? Who would you
goalkeeper,
bring off?
and then out to the right to Grimes.
Go on,
It's a
go.
poor pass, and it's
Get the ball
gone out
then.
for a throw to Sunderland. Bit of urgency about my end, and then to try and get the ball and take the throw,
Exactly.
because leaving it for Sirkin to take. We played a minute of the minimum 3, and Sunderland have wasted the throw. They've lost possession, and it's picked up in midfield and
Wasted
laid
the
off to
throw
Darling.
and lost possession.
by
Why?
Liam Cullen.
Why are you wasting a throw-in?
Now back to Grimes again, and
I am
Cullen
just good enough. Man.
gets
That's
forwards.
basic stuff.
Darling back to Grimes. Grimes just at the back of the centre circle, looking for the run through the middle by Josh Key. He comes back out to Vipopnik. He heads it down to Pert Harris on the far side. Meander's in front of him. Pert Harris trying to turn Meander, and he gets the ball back here now to Cabango. Minute and a half left of the
Michael Hood,
first
Flores
half.
Mackham says so disappointed.
Grimes
I know.
again, wide
Ian
right,
Wilkinson said
Pert
players
Harris on the
pitch play crap
touchline.
because others are
Meander in
injured,
front of him,
says
tries to
Ian
stab a
Wilkinson.
foot in, but Pert Harris still has it. And Job in front of him this time, leaves it on the touchline for Franco, trying to get it down the line again to Pert Harris, who lost sight of it for a moment, but Franco gets on the end of it, trying to get into the penalty area. Sirkin gets it off him, leaves it for Ballard to clear, onto the head of Key, and now Pert Harris again. Pert Harris trying to
we've
get
lost
in down
that
the right,
fire
but
in our
Job's
belly.
got the ball off him, trying to swing it forwards for Roberts to chase, but
Do you think
Timon will
Job's
get
been
back
bad,
here
Ian,
before
yeah?
him. And
Alice says,
into
come on,
the
Sunderland.
last minute of the minimum 3, it's back with the Swansea goalkeeper. Plays it down to the halfway line again, and Ronald Hume behind him. Back again to Vigouroux, the keeper. Passes it out. Grimes, how many touches has he had in the first
dear
half?
me.
Again looking for the break down the right wing. Key keeps it in with his head. Down in the corner with Sirkin. Sirkin with Pert Harris coming up for Swansea as well. It's played back into the centre. Grimes, there's 15 seconds of the first half minimum left. It's played wide again on the right hand side, back to Key from Franco. Key now slipping it into Pert Harris, who tries a shot straight at Patterson at the near post. And we played now the minimum 3 minutes.
Ian says,
kick
watch
could
him,
be
man,
the,
yeah.
Last action of the first half. Even if he gets that far, I don't think he's
Half-time,
going to get
says
that
Mandy,
far.
yeah.
There's the half-time
Well,
whistle. Sunderland's sloppy start.
it's slightly
They
better
brought
getting
themselves
that goal
back
back.
into it though with Ballard's goal just short of the half hour, 2-1. But they've got to
Lacey
address
Kent, hello. Lacey, you all right?
that far side, the Sunderland left, and the fact that they just didn't get into the game.
Well, they haven't got into the game, Nick.
The first half.
I would imagine.
But why haven't they got into the game? That's what I want to know. Why are we having these slow starts? It's just not good enough. I mean, there's a few games this season we've just come out with like shackles around our legs. Aye. Ian says, you're right, no fire whatsoever. You see, when the season first kicked off, we had this fire in our belly, we had this hunger, we had this speed, we looked dangerous as hell going forward. Or like I say, since Mundle's been missing and all the other players, we just look like a load of lost headless chickens out there. It's like, well, what do I do? What, you pass the ball to me. What do I do now with this? What? It's awful. Give Elon Musk a ring, Durham. Sean says, same old man, cannot win a match. January cannot come quick enough for players. But I mean, I say this every single time. We need strength and depth. When's the board going to learn? You can't get out of the Championship to go to the Premier League with just one squad. You're always going to get injuries in this physical league. And Sunderland keep got into the second squad is just not. We're just not strong enough. We're just not good enough. That second string squad.
Especially on the way it is as well. Always selling out it is. Well, not well, I'd say that as well. Yeah, selling out or even getting close to good numbers. I mean,
Isa doesn't look the same. He hasn't.
just finished delivering my pizza. I hope you've left this slice for me, TJF. Hope you've left this slice for me. I've got a few vinegar sandwiches left downstairs, so I think I might just have them later.
Instead of spending too much time making Christmas videos in their jumpers, should be concentrating on tactics and defending pieces, says Topsy T. I think all the teams are doing that, aren't they? But it looks better when you can do the business on the pitch.
Losing 1-0. Being really, really poor.
Hello, Fernie. Hey up, Stuart. And all you could do with a win today. I know, absolutely. On my way back from the game, we were terrible and lucky to get a draw. Fernie, I watched you. I know they're a difficult side, Preston. Difficult side at their ground. They made it difficult for us. But that's what good teams do, mate. You got the point. Just what we did against Bristol City at the last kick of the game. You got a point when it mattered, and it just makes the medicine a little bit less bitter, doesn't it, Fernie? When you come away with a point when you feel you come away with nothing. But I hope you're travelling back well, mate. You make it back safe. North Allerton says, yes, time to be bold and ruthless if someone is playing bad. Can you imagine coach bollocking them at half time? No, because that's what they need. If someone's playing that bad, either change the formation to utilitise him better or sub the player. Topsy T, he says, exactly, Cabbie. Pointless doing faff for social media when you're not doing it on the pitch. Ian Wilkinson says, only one who shows passion is 09. Kenneth Brown, hello Kenneth, says, we can't take this team into the Premier League. And Brian says, we need a Peter Reid to give them a good bollocking. Ian Wilkinson says, not one player bollocked. Patterson, after the first goal, boils down to desire. Fernie says, you need to keep the pressure on Burnley. How are you playing? Well, Fernie, we turned up, but our heads didn't for the first 20 minutes. So our heads were still on the coach asleep coming down here, I think. We were just terrible. We were terrible for the 20 odd minutes. It was a terrible goal to give away their first goal. Keeper should have came out. He just stood there. The defenders looked at each other. What's going on? And then they scored. And then they got a free kick. And to be fair with Swansea, it was a good free kick from about 20 yards out into the top corner. Nothing really Pat, I think, could have done with that. But then Ballard give us hope with a cracking diving header just a few minutes later. But something's just missing with us at the minute. Something is just missing with Sunderland. Dylan Gamer, it says, so what would you change if you were the manager, then bearing in mind the limited options we have on the bench? But this is what I'm saying. That's why I'm sort of going a little bit easy with the team at the minute, because of the fact we're down to the bare bones of our backsides. And he hasn't got much to play with, you know what I mean? And you keep getting injuries upon injuries, which seems to be happening every week with losing Watson. There's only so much you can do. You know, if you're left with the dregs, what can you do? You've got to use your subs at some point. But this is what happens. We're not having your strength in depth. It clabbers you all the time. But when's Regis going to understand, or KLD, or whatever it is, that, you know, you need to strengthen in depth. I keep going on like a broken record.
Like Eddie.
You've got to have strength in depth. Or you're just not going to compete. Thanks for the subscriber, thank you. Oh dear. Still not feeling 100%, and I was hoping 3 points today would make us feel a little bit better. I'd take a point today, mind. I would take a point. Kenneth Brown says, how about bringing Connolly on? Apparently he played the last match at against Bristol City. He didn't even know he was on the pitch. Yes, Ped? Hey? I'll wait there somewhere.
Yeah, that is Mel right there looking ahead to Sunderland's game tomorrow. Just got enough time to remind you of our commentary game tomorrow in rugby in the Newcastle Falcons. They continue their European Challenge Cup adventure tomorrow. They take on John Pearson. But here on BBC Radio Newcastle, we have 2 3 o'clock games, which doesn't usually happen. But on FM, Colin White and John Anderson will bring you We'll bring you second half commentary of Swansea against Sunderland in the Championship. Our respective commentary teams will be with you in just a moment.
Half-time highlights.
Total Sport Northeast.
BBC Radio
back into the penalty area. Ballard gets up with Darling. Drops for Bipotnik. 6 yards out, unmarked. Just drives it under Patterson. And Swansea City in the 5th minute have taken the lead. Cullen over the free kick there. It looks like Liam Cullen's going to take this with his left, and he tried. Liam Cullen with that second in the 17th minute. Hume then will curl this in. Goal back. Great and ball. It's Dan Ballard. Great ball.
We've got to have a better second half performance. It's going to go 2 ways, I think. The next goal is going to be critical, and if Swansea get that 3rd, good night. If we get an equaliser, then we could turn it. We could turn it.
So we should see the emergence of the 2 teams very shortly, and you were sort of surmising that there may be a change. Regis might be tempted to do.
Still music playing in the background. We're massively missing Watson Fernie. Absolutely huge. He was just so unlucky with injuries. We're just constantly getting plagued with them. Let's read some of the comments. Janet says Labrise also touched on the fact he thinks there would be minimal need to bring players in during the transfer window, and he reiterated that we have what we need at the club. Well, we certainly don't have what we need in the club, because we struggle like mad with injuries, and we have injuries. I would like to keep it how it is, but it's time to run your socks off, lads. Etienne says I would play a Sheesh on the left, Meander and Isidore on the right. Roberts brings nothing. Roland Sinclair says Regis needs to change things on 9 and on and move Ballard up. Ian Wilkinson says take Job off. Take Job Neal off, put 09 next to Rig, centre mid for a bit of bite, and put Rusin alongside Isidore. Darren Driver says we need to come out the traps flying this second half. Let's show some passion and attack. C Minton, hello C Minton, says Swansea have sometimes lost their way in the last 20 minutes. Wonder if we might get a smash and grab 3 points. We don't deserve it so far, but we're still in with a chance. Dylan Gamer says I would like to see us go 4-4-2, put Mayenda up tops and have a shuffle around in midfield. Sean says come on lads. Angela says let's have guess when subs come on, minus 80 minutes. Nick Simiska, hello Nick, says Minton Swans fan here. He says recently we have seemed to switch off in the last 10 or 15 minutes of a game. Hoping we get a 3rd, but it's likely you will get an equaliser. We can say the same, Nick. It's like we just don't know what we're gonna get. We can switch off. I mean, I watched you guys against Leeds United when it was 3-3, and to equalise, and then for Leeds to go and get the winner just seconds later must have been soul destroying.
It's underway. The ball played back to Patterson, who plays it up onto the head of Meander. But Darling hooks it away. Newcastle 2, Leicester 0.
Gary Bennett knows
right at the start of the second half.
Like crap he does.
At St James's Park, which is on our FM frequencies on BBC Radio Newcastle this afternoon, as the ball comes out to Pert Harris on this right wing with Bipotnik, stabbed away by Sirkin, but Key drives in and gets the ball back. Now free kick to Swansea. I think there was an initial foul, the advantage played by the referee, and now the free kick has been allowed. Key works it quickly back to Cabango, and then back again
Someone
to the
needs to stop
goalkeeper
panicking, picking
Vigouroux.
up yellow
And
cards.
he's closed
Then
down by
are
Rigg.
mounting up and we're playing the
Gets the
Of
ball
course we
out
are.
though on the left. And it's played back, and the
Thanks
ball
for the
has gone
2
out.
subscribers now.
It's
Thank
a
you.
throw to
Just need 6
Sunderland
more
on their
likes for
right-hand
the
side.
100 likes in the channel. Thank you.
So 2-1 to Swansea at the start of this second half. Hume with the throw just inside the
But
Swansea
Davey,
City
that was
half.
no
Swansea
excuse the way
defending a
we
goal in
started
front of
that
the
game today. Like, there's just
2,000 plus
like when we
Sunderland
played
supporters who've made
you
the
know,
journey
to come out and start
bravely
the way we
today.
did, it's just not, it's not
Early start for
acceptable,
many
like.
of them. Early tomorrow morning they'll get home again as the ball comes down the left here. Sirkin gets it away, but out for a throw to Swansea in front of Regis Lebris, which Pert Harris takes back to Cabango, centre half. And he's closed down by Isidore in a manner of speaking. And the ball played to Darling, back to the goalkeeper. Rigg showing a burst of energy over on the far side, trying to put pressure on Darling, and he's done that. It's back to the keeper again. Forced to kick it long down the left touchline, and it will bounce out for a Sunderland throw. Bounced away from Ronald, the Brazilian.
Just Meander's just got to be wary of Key. You know, he pushes right on and plays like an out-and-out winger.
He does, doesn't he? Yeah, he does. He's got forwards
No
a lot,
changes,
Key.
Topsy.
Here now goes Ronald down the left of the penalty area, pulls it back, and it falls now for Vipotnik. Couldn't get his foot through it. Nork and Franco, and it bounces through to Patterson gratefully.
Next
who
goal's going to be
catches it.
massive.
But there's the threat from Swansea. Newcastle 3, Leicester 0.
But again, Trey Hume losing the ball.
And Northampton says, and to
Sirkin,
brighten up
wide
what's
on
a
the left,
disappointing
taps it back
afternoon so
to
far. I think the
Ballard, corner of the penalty area. Back again to
Patterson.
Patterson. Patterson
Leicester
now
are terrible, aren't they?
wide to Mepham. Mepham
Good
looking
run.
for the run of Isidore. It's dropped away from him though, over his shoulder and away back to the goalkeeper Vigouroux. Swansea City 2, Sunderland 1. If you're just joining us on BBC Radio Newcastle. And away comes Cabango on the shoulder of Isidore. Back to Key. Key again back to the goalkeeper, who's in bright yellow. Swansea all in white, Sunderland in their red and white stripes. And Vigouroux kicks this right up through the Sunderland half. Patterson comes out to the left of his penalty area. He's in green today. Takes it back into the penalty box. Dribbling and then playing it over to Mepham at the corner of the penalty area.
Shows how
Cullen
harsh
goes
the
to
Premier League
close
is. They
him down. Back
absolutely
to
walked the
Patterson,
Championship last
passing it
season.
now to Ballard. And Ballard out to
And it's
Sirkin
such
on the
a
left-hand
big
side.
jump, isn't it, to the Premier
Sirkin
League?
back to Dan Ballard, the goal scorer for Sunderland. Forwards
There's
to
a few
Dan Neal.
players, Mandy, I've not
Dan
heard the
Neal
name
now
mentioned.
looking for the run here of Meander, but it's accelerated on past Meander and out
Especially
for a throw to
Isidore, not
Swansea
heard
City.
Job much.
49th minute. It's as we were at half-time, 2-1 to Swansea. Now with Grimes on the right, back behind him is Cabango.
No one's
Forwards
noticed, but
again then
Wilson's so
to
poor,
Pert
says
Harris, throw to
Mikel
Sunderland.
Brumwell.
Came off the low knee from Brentford. Back on to
Andrew
halfway,
Miller
Dan
has
Neal on the
balanced
left,
two
back
results.
again
My
to
Steptones
Ballard
13 to
and Patterson,
won 3-1 today
and
against
then
their title
Mepham
chasing rivals
on
who
the
are
far
currently
side.
top of the league, but now
Mepham
only
closed
by 1
down by
point
Liam
with
Cullen.
They've
Lays it
had
off
2
to
games in hand.
Hume.
That's,
Hume
well done, Andrew
trying to get it
Miller.
onto
That's cracking,
Roberts. Cuts it inside to Rigg. Cuts it back then Roberts to Mepham. Mepham
Stepson's
across
done
here
really
to
well.
Ballard. Ballard chasing over to this ball. He nearly got intercepted by Pert Harris, but now it's played through by Sirkin to Job down the left wing. Cabango on his shoulder. And Job's trying to get to the goal line, playing it off the defender, and it's gone behind for a corner.
Well done.
Good play by Job. Third Sunderland corner. First of the second half. Hume jogging down to take this away on the left here in front of the Sunderland fans.
1-1, Janet.
Roberts coming across as well. Ballard striding up again into the penalty area. Mepham's up there. Isidore's there. Meander's on the 6-yard line. Hume then just
105 likes,
pulling
thank
his
you very
socks
much,
up,
folks.
stepping back. Liverpool 1, Fulham 1 in the Premier League.
There we go. Thanks for
Hume
the
with the
subscriber,
corner.
thank you.
Drives this in towards the far side, and Sirkin throwing himself at it. Heads over the bar for a goal kick to Swansea City. 2-1 then still to Swansea. 51st minute. Live here on BBC Radio Newcastle. Norwich
Brian
City
Hughes
at
get
home
Neil off
next
his useless, can't pass
Saturday
the ball and
before
gives it away every
the Boxing
time.
Day fixture at
Could actually
Blackburn.
see Leicester
The
getting rid of Cooper soon
informed
already.
team in the Championship at the moment.
Doesn't matter
They're
what you do, really, is it?
winning
With
this
managers, it's
afternoon
just
again.
there's
Here's
such a
Rigg.
big gulf
Rigg
between
trying to get away
Championship
from
and Premier League.
Grimes on the touchline. It's gone out for a Sunderland throw on the far side. Skies darkening now here in South Wales. Halfway inside the Swansea half. Played down the right to Hume, who crosses, looking for Isidore. It's behind him, and Key heads away. Back up to Isidore at the edge of the area. Cabango heads it down and away. Neil wins it back, but he plays it off a Swansea player, Vipotnik, and it's come to Pert Harris, who's fouled by Sirkin. It's going to be a free kick to Swansea. And possibly a yellow card, yeah, for Sirkin. Sirkin joins Job in Andy Davis' book.
Moss Banku's under 13 yellows in the Bolton Area District League.
They've only lost
Now
twice at home this season, to Millwall
too.
and to
Proud
Leeds.
isn't the word.
That
The lads
Leeds
there
game
captain
I was
and passed
telling
16
you
goals
about.
from 8 games.
They
Fantastic
lost in
injury.
injury time. They lost 1-0 here to Millwall. The ball down the right, knocked away by Sirkin again. That said, they've only won 3 here.
Stupid.
Drawn
Darren,
4. Can Sunderland get one back at least? At the very least, get a
take
point from
teams
the
long
game.
to catch us up,
Can
mate?
they go on and win it?
If we don't get wins and the teams are...
Sirkin with his throw on the
Simple
left-hand
maths.
side. 2-1 to Swansea. 53rd minute.
Jeff says
Job
cricket
from the
isn't
throw
at Leicester.
on halfway. He's fouled by Franco, who's furious. And then
No.
Sirkin pushing
It's Van
Pert
Nistelrooy.
Harris away. The free kick taken back to Ballard and Patterson. Vipotnik goes to close down. Patterson gets it out to Mepham. Calmly plays it on to Rigg, who plays it back again to Patterson at the edge of the Sunderland penalty area. Ballard out to Mepham on the far side. Closed down by Vipotnik now. Great ball over the top. Brought down by Isidore. Very, very well into the penalty area. Shoots and it's wide. It was on the angle. He had Darling on his shoulder. What about a
Just
ball
wait for
played
Gary
over the top by
Bennett to go.
Mepham?
Oh.
Yeah, great ball.
And, yeah.
Good run by Wilson Isidore. It just couldn't come. It just wouldn't come down, would it?
It was slightly just an inch or so too far ahead of him. He got it down, couldn't quite get it under control. And on the angle, always difficult. Darling forcing him to lean back and just over the top. Vigouroux slips as he takes the kick, gets it up to halfway though.
Wilson
Mepham comes back
is just
for this and
miles
lays
off
it off
it, like.
to his right. And it's played inside by Roberts to Hume. Hume wins a throw.
Miles off it.
Just back inside the Sunderland half on the right hand side. Drops to Roberts. Roberts back again then to Mepham. Just calmly steps aside from Ronald and then plays it across to Ballard. And out here on the left to Sirkin. Sirkin back to Ballard.
He was pushed out wide
Ballard
there, like guys,
across
to be fair.
to Mepham again. Mepham on to halfway. Isidore back behind him. Dan Neil a few yards.
Doing
And then
tune
Hume
the
to his
MACKEM
right.
CABBIE.
Flicked
Oh,
on
great,
by
yeah.
Rigg. Lovely little flick by Rigg. Out
hit
to Roberts
the
on the
thumbs up
right hand
and click the
side.
subscribe
Roberts
if
into the
you're
penalty
new.
area, trying to come in on his left. It's rolled to
We've got
Franco.
416
Franco
people watching in
will
the chat.
Drive this back up to halfway.
Thanks for the subscriber.
Comes through to Ballard. And
Gary
it
Bennett
signs
signs
now
again.
Sunderland growing a bit more into this game. A little bit
Do
more
we have
like the
real
Sunderland we
chances to
know
draw
that
it?
we
Of course
know
we
that
do.
can
There's
play.
only
A
one
little bit more
goal in it.
urgency.
Yeah, Sirkin back to Ballard,
Clock
foot on the
no first,
ball,
says Paul
looks
Herring.
across, plays it to Mepham. Mepham now back to Ballard on this left, and Ballard wide to Mienda, flicking it on to Job. Job is pulled, tripped by Grimes. Free kick to Sunderland. Quickly taken by Job into the centre circle to Hume. Wide on the right hand side then to Roberts. Roberts dribbling at Ronald into the penalty area, was trying to on the right, and it's a block by Ronald. The Brazilian gets the ball away. Franco beaten to it by Hume, who puts his right foot through it. You can hear the response of the Sunderland fans.
That's a tackle.
They love tackles like that.
We bossed the goal differences, Janet.
No
Seeming
quarter
like
given
disagree
by
that
Trey
Isidore's
Hume. Throw
crap.
to
He's the
Swansea
capability
City on the
and
far
record
side.
to show he can score goals. He's been unlucky with a couple
be
of
taken
disallowed
by
ones.
Their left
He's
back,
getting no
Josh
service,
Kleiman.
Minton either.
And he's on the ball again. Leaves it now for Cabango at the edge of the Swansea penalty area. And he plays it on through the middle, looking for Franco, but cut out by Ballard to Hume. And back again to Mepham. Mepham cutting across and then laying it off to Sirkin on this left-hand side, back to Patterson at the edge of his penalty area. Passed out to Ballard, forwards to Neil, back out to Hume wide on the right, back to Patterson again. We're in the 56th minute. Mepham bringing this out, playing on the left of the two at the back at the moment. And a foul by Job on Grimes. On halfway on the right-hand side. Job was booked in the first half, remember. This free kick right on the halfway line, 10 yards from the touchline. Matt Grimes for Swansea, gets it to Key, slips it past Sirkin. Key crosses straight into the hands of Patterson. Too easy.
Yeah, exactly, Nick. Too easy.
And now kicked by Patterson, looking at the run of Miendo. It's in the air, off Cabango's head. Up goes Isidore with him and gets caught. He's clutching his head. He's down. Player's gone on. The referee didn't notice. Has now. And the physio's allowed on. It was a head injury. He was caught in the head. Yeah. Isidore.
Get 09 on O'Sheath on now. He's leaving it too
stop
late.
now. Andy Davis has realised what happened.
Until we gone 3-1 down, and then we bring them on.
And so Isidore being looked at. Swansea City 2, Sunderland 1. Newcastle 4, Leicester 0 at St James's Park.
They're getting a spanking and a half.
58th minute here in South Wales. It's 2-1 to Swansea City. We're live on BBC Radio Newcastle as Isidore continues to get treatment. He's okay. He's sitting up, being helped up. Looks as though he's going to be okay. Help to his feet, and just check. He's just rubbing the back of his neck at the moment. Referee picks up the ball. Andy Davis, all in black, 44-year-old from Hampshire.
And the Sunderland fans are singing the Alan Shearer hot song.
Going to drop the ball at the feet of Matt Grimes as Isidore just manoeuvring his head and neck as he comes off here. And
Regis Labrie sitting down in the dugout
the
there.
back of his
not looking
neck
very
as the ball dropped to the feet of Matt Grimes. Isidore still on the touchline. Key here plays it in the middle to Cabango, and Cabango to Darling. Darling trying to get it down the left wing to Timon. Hume goes to close him down. Timon's on the touchline, trying to cut in, finds inside Cullen. Key. And Isidore still waiting to come back on.
Subs tend to kill the game, get them on early so they feel for the
Key,
game.
and now allowed back on, the 30 seconds rule, of course.
Eddie M says everybody
Grimes
knows
to Darling, and then forwards a few yards to Cullen, back to Darling on the left-hand side, back on the halfway line. Cabango, and back to the goalkeeper, just outside his area, drives this upfield, looking for the run of Ronald. Hume has gone with him, gets his foot wrapped round the ball, throw to
Peter Savage was
Swansea City.
Platted. Don't like him fail injuries.
Quickly taken
against Bristol
back
City.
to Timon. Timon back again to Grimes. Grimes on the left-hand side, tapping it down the line again for Ronald. Ronald looking up and coming back with the ball.
Only one goal
and then
in it.
just leaving it for Grimes again, who tried to pass it through to Cullen. Cut out by Sunderland. It's with Rigg, but then Grimes gets a foot to it, comes down off the chest of Neil, and he plays it back to Patterson. He kicks out because he was under pressure. Out to Sirkin on the left, takes it on his chest, brings it down. He's got Pert Harris in front of him. He's discarded his gloves for the second half. Miles Pert Harris. Patterson clears up to Isidore on halfway with Job. Comes back though for Pert Harris down this right-hand side for Swansea. Back to Key. Key forced back by Mienda, and he's still got Mienda on his shoulder. Got it back to Cabango, who gets it out to Grimes. Then he gives it away to Mienda, who's tripped by Key.
Any new subscribers?
That's more like it.
Yeah. Hit the subscribe button. It helps me channel massively.
This free kick wide on the left-hand side.
Subs just yet.
O'Nien amongst the Sunderland substitutes.
Douglas leaps off the 85th minute,
bench, the dugouts, and down the tunnel.
Need a quality ball in again, Nick.
Hume and Roberts over the free kick then. this wideish on the left-hand side, halfway inside the Swansea City half. We've played an hour. Swansea still lead 2-1. Line of players along the 18-yard line, 2 in the Swansea wall. Will it be Roberts or Hume? It's going to be Roberts. Curls this in, Darling clears. Out to Franco through the middle, immediately closed down by Rigg, who got the ball to Job. Back here to Neil. Neil skips away from Franco and then drives it on to Rigg on the right-hand side, who lays it off to Roberts. Roberts now dribbling at Timon down the right side of the penalty area, plays it in. Darling cuts it out twice as Roberts tries to get it back in again, and then hooked away up to halfway and into the Sunderland half. And Ballard has to deal with this. Slips it into the middle to Mepham, closed down by Ronald, gets it to Hume. Hume back to Patterson. The home fans like the press. Sunderland have got to start again from the back. Patterson swings it out to the left, over Sirkin's head.
Patterson again when he's delivering.
Throw to Swansea City.
What are you doing,
Key is going to take this.
They've got 9 coming on.
Yeah, he is. Who do you think he'll come on for? Oh,
Offside,
flag up on
offside.
Vivotnik. Offside as he gets a shot away, but saved by Patterson.
I think Patterson needs
So
to
O'Nien's going to keep his warming up. Who do you think he will replace?
I think he'll come on for Rigg.
Stopped by a few fans coming into the ground who felt that would be a possible change at the start of the game. Cabango nods it away from Isidore straight into the path of Rigg. Grimes has gone with him. Rigg comes back, leaves it for Roberts. Roberts, a run into the box by Hume, but Rigg inside. Crosses, looking for Mayenda, headed away by Key. Out to the edge of the area. Job trying to get it back in. Key wallops it clear again, up into the centre circle. And Ballard gets in front of it. Popnik gets it out now to Roberts on the right-hand side. Roberts running into the penalty area, still going on his left foot. And he's drawn the keeper to make a good save. Smashed it hard and low, but straight at Vigouroux.
He's on target at least.
Yeah. Still 2-1 to Swansea City. The Swans, the Jacks, all in white. The ball dropped at the feet of Vigouroux, and the Chilean plays it out to the right. I still find it quite funny. I don't know why that he's a Chilean born in Camden.
Is Camden in
North London? Well, you know, I just wonder. I wonder if there is a Camden in Chile. I don't know. He has actually played for a Chilean club.
Not playing for Swansea.
He finally made it to play.
He was born in Camden.
He was born in Camden. Yeah. And he's a Chilean national, but he's spent most of his career in England. I mean, he's brought up in England, brought up in London.
So he's English.
Well, he's both, isn't he? He's got dual nationality, but he would claim he's Chilean, and he probably speaks broad Cockney. Anyway, here's Isidore laying it off to Mayenda at the edge of the penalty area, and the ball ricochets up off Key, comes down for Mayenda. He wins well, no, he doesn't win a corner. It's a goal kick, is it? The referee pointing for it to be a goal kick.
Oh, yeah, man.
And Vigouroux, 31 years old now, Laurence Vigouroux, signed from Burnley. Has played for Brentford, Spurs, Liverpool, Swindon, Everton, Divina Del Mar in Chile, and Leyton Orient.
God, Meyenda's
season
touch.
at Burnley, last season at Burnley. Here's Mayenda,
like
down the left, gets away now from Key. Key trying to get it back, gets the ball, and Grimes comes and does the tidying up. Slips it back inside to Franco, and now to Cullen. And Cullen behind him is Darling. Darling at the back of the centre circle to Grimes.
We're not very
Grimes back to Darling. Back again to Vigouroux. He passes it through the middle to Grimes, and Grimes now wide on the left-hand side. Darling brings this forwards. He's blocked by Roberts, and Rigg has got the loose ball, and Rigg now inside the Swansea half, and looking up, which way is he going? He checks a minute and finds Ballard is coming up, and Luke O'Nien is just standing watching the game now from the touchline as Rigg Gets the ball and he wins it back off a ricochet and plays it to Roberts. Roberts into the penalty area, trying to pull it back. It's blocked. It just stands on the edge of the penalty area for Timon to clear. Up here to Vipotnik, who's tackled by Neil. Neil trying to get away from the Slovenian. Inside to Roberts, and it will be played back to Neil. Neil crosses, Darling up off Darling and headed in the air by Cabango on the goal line, and kept in by Cabango, heading it straight down to Mepham on the right side of the penalty area. Neil on the touchline, back behind him Roberts, and it's slipped through and behind for a goal kick. But much better in the second half from Sunderland.
It's much better, but we need a goal.
Yeah, we need to pick people out, especially when we get round the back, Nick.
Aaron Connolly and Cyrus Christie deep in conversation as they warm up down on the touchline below us. Both were at Hull last season. Both Republic of Ireland internationals.
Must be a canny age, isn't it, Christie?
He is 32. Does that count as a canny age?
Canny age.
Canny age. Vigouroux kicks, drives this with his left up into the Sunderland half in the 67th minute now. Swansea still leading 2-1 live on BBC Radio Newcastle. Job gets his head to it bravely because the foot was high from Franco. Finds Mienda on the left wing. Mienda with Key, holds off Key, pulls the ball back, and Franco puts it behind for a corner. Lashes it behind, taking no chances. Phone in to follow. I've got double phone in tonight, you and Ando. Looking forward to that. 0800 234 6565, the number. Text on 81333 and put BBC before your message, which says, Benno, I love you, and what are your thoughts on Swansea? And it could be who's coming on. Apparently it's went through a whole pronunciation guide with my colleagues earlier on. There's a big debate about whether it's the or
We have Stoke in the FA Cup
Song. We'll go with That seems to be the prevailing suggestion, that is Come on, South Korean international. Here's Roberts with the corner on the left-hand side. Drives it in low, headed out comfortably by Key. Chased back into the middle for Hume, who lays it off to Rigg.
If we lost
back
against
again
them,
to Neil.
It's not a very attractive game, is it?
Neil looking for Mepham down the left of the penalty area, but Key holds him off, and the referee says goal kick.
What's the goalkeeper doing?
Throwing himself about. I don't know what for.
What's he throwing himself on the floor for?
We'll miss Brown's experience.
He's just throwing himself down. Now he's sitting. It's going to be a double substitution.
The hell out of left backs. Roberts carries the ball.
Bianchini's coming on as well.
Brian says has Neil passed to a ball to his own man yet. It's pathetic. Get him off.
Yolman Bianchini, the French striker, are going to come on for
I do, Angela.
Swansea.
Sometimes
and
people give me donations on the channel as well.
Sunderland.
Which does help occasionally.
Well, I would go along probably with Rigg, with you on that one.
Easy the retrieve, he says Swansea.
Vigouroux is still sitting in the 6-yard box, almost on the goal line, receiving treatment.
Even Milton Isidore might come off complaining about his neck.
He was rubbing his neck. He's doing it against pouring water on his neck now, isn't he? Rubbing it in. We'll see, because O'Nien's out to the side of the pitch. Isidore's chased off away. No, it's Sirkin.
Where's Luke, says Paul?
Something's not right, is it?
Nah.
Something's just not right.
I said from, when I'd seen him at half-time, there's something not right with him.
Minton says, I wish we had that young Belgian kid on the bench.
Then he's going to come on and play at left back.
Much as I love 09 and respect Connolly, I don't think they will be match winners or draws. Happy to be wrong.
Swansea substitutions, they're hanging fire with those just a moment.
Isidore looking like he's carrying an injury.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's strange. I'm not quite sure what the situation is with Dennis Sirkin. Kick from Vigouroux. Over Ballard, Mepham heads it in the air. Pert Harris trying to head it on through for Ronald.
Don't think anyone will
come back up into the centre circle. Rigg can't get on the end of it. Darling does, then runs into trouble. Roberts taps it through to Neil. Neil now slips it inside. Rigg again slips it inside to Mienda. And what that was is anybody's guess. Right foot. He swung it high and very, very wide of the angle.
Nick, as it was even being set up, you were saying to yourself, please don't try that.
if he was trying to curl it in the top corner of what? Now here's the
on his
change.
weak
They
foot.
popped
On his
it.
weak foot.
You just
Jan
wait for Gary
Popnik
Bennett
comes
to
off.
go, oh, every time.
He'll
Every
be
time we're
replaced
down
by Bianchini.
Oh, my ender. Just seen that shot.
And Bert Harris.
Now it's been replaced by the Swans number 10,
They've
Nick,
gone on.
I'm not
Again,
even
come
going
on.
to
You know,
describe how bad that is
we look
from
at the
my ender.
substitution and you're thinking, why have you put Luke O'Nien at left back when you've got a left back on the bench?
Elise.
It's a strange one for me.
Yeah, it is. Well, is it? This is a determination to get O'Nien back in the team. But you're right, Elise's a left back, a natural left back. O'Nien isn't, but he's back in the team.
But then you're also thinking, right, okay, you want to try to get something out of the game. You're thinking, well, if anything.
I mean, he's the manager, Brian.
Well done, Chris Rigg.
Well, Neil here is
coach, why
doing
is he
pirouettes
playing,
around
in that position?
Cullen and getting the ball to O'Nien and back to
And rightly
Patterson.
so, Swansea
All the
time
more
waste.
reason to send you a WhatsApp message at 5 o'clock, Benno.
You know, you're trying to get back into the game and you're thinking, well, yeah, okay, you can
Wolves
understand
won, Ipswich won. Sorry.
then changing the fullback, but then you think bringing Lise on. If you're going to bring Luke
Julian
O'Nien,
says Regis has no idea what he's doing. It's starting to show, Julian.
Yeah. As the ball headed away by Key.
Strange
Meander
days
beaten to
indeed,
it by
says
Ronald,
Anthony
is out
Roberts,
here on the
getting
right-hand
messy on.
side now.
Ryan says losing faith with
Grimes
this
again.
manager.
Meander
Won't be the
makes an
only
attempt
one,
to
mate.
get the ball off him, but Joe does. Finds Neil.
Go on, drive.
Neil driving on through the middle. Grimes on his shoulder. Neil's going to shoot. Oh, what a goal!
What a goal!
Get in!
That's the one.
With a beautiful shot from 20 yards.
Get in! And what we're saying
Beyond
about Dan
Bigaroo,
Neil?
and Sunderland are level, and Dan Neil is level for
Get
them.
in!
Excellent
Terrific
strike.
strike.
Get in! Who'd have
I
thought
was
that?
willing him to drive on. And he done
While
that.
being
And what
slagging Dan
a
Neil
strike
off
that
all
is.
through the whole of the game. And look what
Beautifully
he
struck.
goes and does.
That looked like it was going in all the way
Oh
as he
my
ran
God.
onto that. And
It's mad, isn't
Bigaroo
it?
given no chance whatsoever.
And the thing is, he's got that in his
what a
toolbox,
goal.
Nick.
Yes.
But he never
Goal.
uses it. He doesn't use it often enough.
What a finish by Dan
I think
Neil.
he's had a good game as well this afternoon,
Similar
Dan
to
Neil.
Dennis Serkin when he just
And
unleashed
he's
it.
pulled Sunderland level.
Great strike.
Can they go on and win it?
What a
That's the
goal,
question
Dan
now.
Neil, that was.
Swansea 2, Sunderland 2. Dan Neil with
Get in, lads.
his first of the season. And what a goal.
Similar to
the
Dennis
first of the
Serkin there.
season.
He just,
Great strike.
Beautifully struck.
what a
And now he's one of
top
our
corner.
own.
That's a quality
He's
goal.
had a
Quality
difficult
goal.
season in some respects, but there you go. Good game today. 2-2. Throw to Sunderland. O'Nien out on this left-hand side. In his own half, deep in his own half. I've forgotten the WhatsApp number now as well.
Get in.
It's 0800321 something or other. No, it's completely. It'll come back to me. 333. There you are. As the ball played down the
Don't foul.
Sunderland left, Key gets it back to the goalkeeper away from Meander. And the ball out.
Well done. Tell you
for a
what, he's done
Sunderland
well.
throw.
Bellingham under pressure. He's done really, really well today.
Stoke 1, Cardiff 2. O'Nien's going to take this throw now in the 75th minute. Jobe plays it back to Ballard. Ballard across now on the far side to Hume. And now down the right wing to Roberts. Looking for Rigg. Rigg on the right, pulling it back here now. It could set up for Jobe. It's 3-2 to
Get in! Get in!
4 yards.
Oh,
smashes it in.
what the hell?
And Sunderland now turned
Get
the 2-0
in!
deficit into a 3-2 lead.
Excellent.
This is
Great
nuts,
play.
man.
I tell you
This
what,
is
that's what we're
nuts.
talking about, men arriving in the box. And we just were talking
Oh
about
my
Bellingham,
God.
what a good game he's having. I tell you what,
Ever
that's
since
just
Luke's
icing
come on,
the
have you
cake.
noticed?
Well deserved.
Great finish, great move, set up on the right.
Oh my
And
God.
Jobe, with his third of the season, made absolutely no mistake. Smashed it home. 4 yards. And Sunderland
Oh
now
my
lead
God.
3-2. We wouldn't have seen that coming in the first half.
No, not at all. But you've got to say in the second half they've woken up, haven't they?
Yes, they have.
You know, Swansea all of a sudden, they dominated the first half. They were
This
able
is
to play
nuts.
at their own pace, but in the second half, you've got to say Sunderland have got hold of the game.
So now it's up to Sunderland to make sure they don't do anything stupid in the next 15 minutes. They lead 3-2. They've come from 2-0 down. And the second half, well, they've been a complete opposite of the way they were in the first half.
This is crazy.
Here's Darling at the back for Swansea. To Cabango, forwards again now, trying to get it away down the right is Key, looking for Ronald in the corner.
Well done, Ballard.
Hooked out by Ballard. And Sunderland, you can hear the supporters away to our left. If they can hold on to this lead or extend it, it's going to be a much sweeter journey back home tonight.
For all of us.
For all of us. And Franco puts the ball out behind for a goal kick to Sunderland. So, 77th minute. Sunderland leading 3-2.
Absolutely
Patterson
nuts.
puts the ball down on the 6-yard line. And Swansea's fans, I think, are pretty stunned actually by this turnaround from Sunderland.
Still a long way to go yet,
Isidore
Michael.
looking for it. The ball headed on by Rigg. Cabango's under pressure from Isidore, who suddenly seems to have found a spring in his step. Played out to Grimes, who lays it off to Cabango on the left of the Swansea penalty area. In goes Rigg.
Well done.
And slides in to knock the ball out for a throw to Swansea City.
He's done well today, Chris Rigg.
Well, now that goal will have given Sunderland another little bit of impetus. And that WhatsApp number is 08000 321 333 for messages to Benno, but put BBC at the front of your message. And Benno will respond with thoughtful and
a bit more red and white to the name,
incisive thoughts on today's game. Here's Job then to Rigg. Rigg, well, I'm not sure about that pass. That was one through the middle, which was a bit tired, but it's gone all the way back through to the goalkeeper. Out here now to Franco for Swansea. Swansea are now searching for an equaliser. They've had a fair share of disappointments in the season so far. I mean, I'll go back to that Leeds game again, where they were 3-2 down going into added time. They pulled it back to 3-3, only for Leeds to win 4-3 deep in added time. So let's not take anything quite yet for granted, because Swansea have certainly got it within them to get back in the game. Key to Darling inside the Sunderland half. Rigg goes to close Darling down. He plays it down the left flank to Timon, who's looking for the run of Cullen. It may have gone behind. It has hit that a little bit too firmly. It's a goal kick to Sunderland in the 79th minute now.
Well, I'm gobsmacked.
Patterson retrieves the ball away to our right, plonks it down in the middle of the 6-yard line, and Neil comes back. He's played to Mepham though. Mepham closed down by Cullen, plays it back to Patterson, out to Ballard here on the left hand side, and now O'Nien.
No Langstaff, we need
Ballard and Ronald trips him. As Ballard had seemingly lost the ball actually, and then Ronald, I mean, he's a bit clumsy, just went straight in and
doesn't get on.
Left his foot in.
Yeah, and what Sunderland have got to do now is manage the game.
We're now third in the table. Come back, City.
Isidore's come over for
City,
a drink here.
Go my hopes, a Silverback Hill.
Ballard, I think sensibly is just staying down a moment or two, stretching his leg. It's just lets the clock wind down.
It's what we call milking it.
Milking it, yeah. Liverpool 1, Fulham 2. There's a turn up.
Thanks for the subscriber.
In the Premier League. A turn up, not a turn in.
Hit that thumbs up as well. 510
here
watching
it's Swansea 2,
mental.
Sunderland 3. We're in the 81st minute now. Patterson with this free kick out on the left between the penalty area and touchline. Driven on by Patterson and driven out by Patterson. And a throw to Swansea on the right. Key takes it. And there's a gentleman walking round in an elf outfit, which he's probably now regretting, down below us. Vigouroux with the kick, and he's kicked out as well. A keeper's affliction, obviously, this afternoon. O'Nien's going to take this throw for Sunderland, just in front of the
get beat tomorrow.
Swansea City technical area.
Yeah, Fernie, absolutely.
O'Nien then at left back, down the line, trying to get Isidore away, and he's peeled away from Cabango. Nods it down the left, gets it on his right, comes up off Cabango, and Darling managed to hook it away from Mayenda. Played back down the left, and Cabango again clears it from Isidore for a throw to Sunderland.
Didn't switch off, lads.
On the left-hand side, 82nd minute. O'Nien looking for a ball. Hjelde flicks one to him.
Come on, keep this
Hjelde's
going.
warming up
It's
with
so
Elise.
for the fans, that,
He must be wondering what he has to do to come on as a left back. O'Nien with this throw. And the Sunderland fans in good heart and good voice. They're singing and dancing, and behind Vigouroux's goal, O'Nien swings a foot at it, but it's cleared by Cabango out to Franco, who puts it out.
Cabby,
a free kick, a foul by O'Nien on Bianchini.
Cheers, Topsy.
Frenchman gets himself up very quickly.
Told you before,
Florian Bianchini.
One also on
Bastia.
You up as well. Cheers, Fernie. Great. I'll take that, mate.
Back it comes to Grimes. Trying to sweep it out to the left wing, Timon, and Hume gets it on to Roberts.
You guys are still looking
Roberts
good.
now taking this on, slipping it inside to Rigg. Rigg trying to get it back through to Roberts in the penalty area, but it's cut out by Swansea. Out to Timon on the far side. 83rd minute, and Sunderland leading 3-2. Hume on the touchline. Touch though for Ronald, and now Cullen, who gets it back to Ronald on the to Bianchini on the left. And
Andy Betts has 500 plus Cabby.
Again, Timon
to
Darling.
surprised,
Grimes just forward of him, bringing this up onto the halfway line. Bianchini laying it off.
Used to live in Europe.
Let run by Franco back to Cabango. And Cabango looking for the run of Franco, has run all the way through to Patterson, who falls on it gratefully on the left edge of his 6-yard box.
We cannot switch off against these.
3-2 then to Sunderland. 84th minute now. Not long for Sunderland to see this game out. And you certainly at half time wouldn't have seen necessarily the manner in which they've come back 3 goals. You'd have hoped they'd have been better, and they have been.
Rosie Laws says,
and they've been much better. As Mayenda nods it into the penalty area. Oh, it comes off the keeper and bounces off Joe. Couldn't react quickly enough to get it under control.
Unlucky.
And it spun away. So off Isidore, it came spinning back off the goalkeeper. And you said about Isidore, one will come off his bum. Well, that was the sort of one that's going to come off his backside.
With Son and I think
it came off his foot. It's gone out for a throw.
To give me at my age 79 heart failure. Nice to see you lot.
Keys has come off that rig.
A lot better in health.
Someone would be happy with the balls down here though in this.
Keep going. Any more subs
corner of the field?
Did Hjelde come on?
Swansea end.
Don't know, Paul.
Throw gets to Ronald in midfield. He plays it across to Timon on the far side. Down the left again to Om, and closed down by Hume. Back to Timon. Back to Om forced to play it back again to Darling, and across to Grimes from the 85th minute now. If you're just joining us on BBC Radio Newcastle, it's Swansea City 2, Sunderland 3.
No, I don't think he's come on.
Second half goals from Dan, Neil and Job.
Sunderland's going up, says Sul.
Now up to Rigg again. On the halfway line, on the right-hand side. He's going to try and slip it through for Isidore, edge of the penalty area. He lays it back off to Rigg, who composed himself well to regain his balance under pressure. And then out to Roberts from Neil. And Roberts on the right. Inside to Rigg, little back heel to Dan Neil, and back again to Mepham, and forwards to Job, back to Ballard. Ballard now blocked by Cullum, I think it was, or certainly a Swansea player blocked him on the halfway line, and it's spun out Franco for a throw which Key takes back to Cabango.
Hit that like button.
Cabango,
get some more likes.
Short forwards to Grimes, slips it back inside to Cabango, across to Darling.
Thank you.
Darling back to Cabango, and then forwards again to Franco. Mayenda goes to close down Grimes. Trying to get the ball away down the right is Key for Ronald, but Ballard cuts across the face of him. Bianchini's going to close down Patterson, gets the ball away. Now Job is going to get his foot to it, finds Neil. Grimes pulls him down, and well, no yellow card, I'm surprised. And the free kick is taken quickly at the offside side. Flag up on the far side. Mienda is the player who's caught offside.
Now what was
in the
Mr. Negative
86th
Cabby said on
minute.
Tuesday? We won't get out at
Swansea
Swansea.
2.
I'll tell you what,
Sunderland
I
3,
hope I do eat your
Ballard
words,
again.
TJ. I'm getting
At
a
least
bit
he's
of
warming up at the
appetite
moment.
back. I'll eat them words with double cream if that stays the same.
Ballard just stretching his right leg. I'm not so sure there's anything particularly wrong with him. I think it's more game management. He's back up on his feet, and ball played by Sheffield United 2, Plymouth
Game's not
0.
won yet, or by
Leeds
a long
through
shot.
with
We need to
Preston
switch
earlier
off,
on this
switch on.
afternoon. They were
Sheffield
1-0 down
2-0.
to added
It's not
time.
stopping Sheffield at the
Ball
minute,
back
is
with
it?
Vigouroux, the edge of the Swansea penalty area, the 87th minute. Played
Fernie
out to
says we were
Darling.
lucky.
Darling, short pass onto Cullen, back to Darling, down the
Dougie
touchline.
is my
Timon,
dad
but
used to say,
Hume
"Stop
just
tipping
plays it right
tapping
back
it.
up
We
into
are the Sunderland
Isidore in the
boot
centre
boys,"
circle now. He
says
comes
Paul.
back into, plays it back
Jack,
to
this result, said
Ballard.
Jeff, yeah.
Ronald tried to tackle him, gets a foot to it, and it spins out for a
Andrew
throw to
says Cabby is
Sunderland
right,
on
we won't
the
get out
left-hand
means
side.
we will get
Inside their own
something
half,
as
but
it's
only
a
just.
double negative. Cabby is right, we
O'Nien
won't
saunters
get
over
out
to take
means
this
we will
throw,
get something as it's a double
flicks the
negative.
ball up, drives the ball off. 88th minute now. Swansea City 2,
Stephen
Sunderland
says, what did
3.
they put in that drink
O'Nien
at
with the
half-time?
throw.
Would like
Cabango
some
heads it
Mackem
away
Cabby.
from
I'm going to say that
Isidore,
until
but it
full
just
time.
crept
Lightspeed,
out.
we are still
It's
better than
another
Sheffield.
Sunderland throw down his
Silverback,
left-hand
Mackem,
side.
Derby nervous.
Halfway
Rosie,
inside
Wayne
the
Rooney's going to get
Swansea
sacked.
half, which
Paul
O'Nien
says,
will take
anybody know how
again.
many fans have travelled? About
And
2,000.
he looks
Paul.
for Isidore. It's headed
Fernie
away
says Sheffield
by
United haven't had a bad spell yet,
Key,
Jeff.
but Mienda's got onto this and plays it right across the face of the keeper and just past the foot of the
Gary
post.
Bennett
Far
says-
post.
Hit the target.
Yeah.
Rosie
Still,
says
it's up that end.
1,983 away
Keep it
fans.
up there.
Sunderland have a chance, and Gary
it's still
Bennett
3-2
says,
to
we
Sunderland.
no.
As the ball passed out to Grimes here in the penalty area, and Isidore's trying to get the ball off him. He's played it down the right to Key.
Andrew
Fouls.
says we won't
foul.
get now.
Grimes,
We
Isidore
will not get nothing.
waves his arms around a bit.
Come on, see the game.
Pass
answers
back
look
into Vigouroux. 89th minute.
I would say there's
3-2
about
to Sunderland.
5 minutes added
Vigouroux
on.
to Key. Key through the middle in the centre circle. Rigg is tugging his shirt. He'll be penalised.
They get booked.
And he's going to get booked for this.
Yeah.
I don't know why Grimes wasn't booked beforehand, but Rigg is booked by Andy Davis.
Come on, lads, win this for the travelling fans.
And that in the 89th minute. Cabango over the ball then for the free kick to Swansea City in the centre
Anyone
circle.
remember
Taps
this
it to
last
his left to
time
Matt
we were
Grimes.
2-0 down and 1-3-2?
Grimes.
I know we haven't won this yet.
Out to
I'll say it
Darling.
now. Would you
Darling
be happy
down the
with a
line
3-3 draw?
to Timon. Headed away by
Would you?
Hume.
Would
Back
you be
in
happy?
by Darling. Looking for Om down the left of the penalty area.
Considering
And it's
we
played
were
off Om by
2-0
Mepham
down in 20
for the
minutes.
goal kick. Into the last minute.
Sheffield on
Liverpool
New Year's
2,
Day,
Fulham 2
mouth-watering.
in the Premier League
isn't it?
after
Oh, man.
Liverpool went 2-1 down at home. Patterson
Oh, dear.
changing his
Silverback,
mind
great
about where he's
channel,
going to
thanks.
put
You're
the
welcome,
ball for
Silver,
the
mate.
goal kick. How much time do you think we'll have at the end?
I would say play.
Michael Atkinson
There's not
says
been a huge
no,
amount of
would
stoppage.
not
No,
be
they
happy with
haven't, but
3-3.
3, 4 minutes.
5 minutes, I'd say.
So
So you guys would not be
Patterson,
happy
all
with
the
a
players
3-3
over on this
draw,
near side.
even though we were 2-0
Patterson
down in
with the
20
kick.
minutes.
The ball floats up
Good header.
here. Grimes heads it back.
Jeff Alex says Liverpool
And now
2-2,
won
yeah.
by Rigg to Roberts. Roberts
Go on,
taking on
Patrick.
Timon. Roberts into the penalty area, trying to pull it back. There's a little bit of a melee in the 6-yard box and it blocks the ball. Comes back to the edge of the penalty area and Timon puts his left foot. 4 minutes we have to play.
4 minutes added on.
We're into those 4 minutes now. Key battling
I
with
thought 4 or
Mienda.
5
Key
minutes,
comes
I said
away with the
5,
ball.
didn't
Mienda goes back to try and get the ball again. Job tries to win it. Job is on the deck.
I do
He's
like
fouled
speed.
and he's won
Well
the free
done.
kick.
Excellent play. I
To the
tell you what.
fury- to the fury of the Swansea fans in front of us.
You know what? The way he uses his body, Nick, he gets his body between the man and the ball. That's why he gets so many fouls.
This free kick then left of the centre
Injury time, 4
circle for
minutes, is
Sunderland.
Mackem.
They're looking
Tony
down the
was
line as though they're
there.
thinking about making a change. It's Pedro Ribeiro in the ear of Regis Lebris down below us.
Oh, well, that's
who
easy
played
does it.
nearly a
The
minute of the
Cheltenham fan
minimum
deserve this.
4.
Absolutely pixel. Well,
It's
thanks
3-2
again,
to
Stuart.
Sunderland,
This
who were 2-0 down.
This, I'm not saying that word,
at,
Gordon.
Put it in the
Will
corner.
help your recovery. We
After
haven't done it yet.
18 minutes, pulled one back before half-time.
I'm
2
saying
in the
now.
second
Keep
half.
it there.
Mienda takes the ball down in the
I'll
corner.
take that, Paul. Hope
And
so.
a foul on Key by Mienda.
Get ready for a
Oh, no,
long
it's a
4
yellow
minutes.
card.
He's gonna
Isidore's
vote.
going to be booked now as well.
For God's sake. So
Isidore,
hard happy these
fourth
refs, man.
Sunderland player booked this afternoon
God, you
He'll
get
take
a yellow
that one
card for no, wouldn't you?
for the
these days?
victory. As
Please,
the ball
please,
back
Sunderland's
here
a
with
silverback.
Cabango again, still inside the Swansea half. On halfway now. Key to Ronald, back to Cabango in front of
Remember,
Regis
Swansea got a
Lebris.
last
Looking for the run
equaliser against
down the right hand
Leeds,
side.
But Leeds
Oh.
went on to win.
Bianchini, but it's come back down here for a throw to Swansea, just inside the Sunderland half in the 92nd minute.
Can Sunderland
Key
hold on? They've got
plays
2
it
minutes
back
to do
again
so.
now to Grimes into the centre circle for the Swansea
I think the
midfielder.
biggest win of the season so far.
Covered
if
in
they
mud,
did.
his white kit. Darling back to Grimes. Grimes again, trying to get it down the left wing, plays it straight at Roberts. Roberts, Oms chasing back with him into the Swansea half and
Well done,
tackles
Patrick
him.
Roberts. Excellent.
It's a throw to Sunderland.
Bring the defender on. Come on, lads, defend this. Dougie Stewart, thank you, Kelly,
Just
for another bit of
inside
steam. You're
the
welcome, Dougie.
Swansea half.
Straight.
As the ball now in the hands of Hume,
Just be
urging
solid
everybody
at the back,
forwards
lads. Just
down the
didn't
line.
stay
We're in the third minute
switched
of the minimum
off. Just
4.
Keep focused.
Sunderland have 3, Swansea 2. The ball down the line, drops to Isidore, backing into the defender. It's gone out
Topsy-T
again.
says
It's a
be
throw to
devastated,
Swansea
mate,
this
if we
time.
draw this now.
Quickly
Like,
taken
anything can
by
happen, mate. We've
Timon,
got to
back
be
into
switched
Grimes
on
in the
till
penalty
end.
area to the keeper, and out here to
Biggest
Cabango on the
comeback
right hand
again, says
side,
Rosie.
and down the right to Key. Key, Mienda's in front
want
of
to
him.
win for them
Rig
fans
comes
as
back
well.
as well, and Rig's still full of running, putting
This
pressure on
would be wonders for the
Cabango.
young team's
And now back
confidence
to the
as well, though.
goalkeeper. We're about to enter the final minute of the minimum
1
4,
minute away, says
being added
Jeff.
on by Andy Davis, and Vigouroux's
That's
come
a
right
long
up,
minute, though.
banged
You're
it
welcome,
right
Janet.
down the right side onto the head of O'Nien, heads it
Man
to
on.
Job, 3 men on, gets it to Mienda. Mienda trying to get away
Find
from
myself
Key,
singing Cheer
and
Up,
in
you
the
know
end
the
it's
old song.
Bianchini comes across and gets the
Every
ball off
focus
him and
is
plays it
welcome.
back to the goalkeeper. We have got less than 45 seconds. The ball to
Did I
Darling.
hear your
Darling now
commentator say
chased by
Gary
Rig.
Bennett was wearing a
Darling on
mankini?
to Timon. Neil goes across,
Great
puts the
tackle.
ball out for a throw to Swansea.
That's it. It should be
And
it now.
no, we've got another
Gary
30
Bennett,
seconds.
That's it. Come
The
on,
ball
Gary,
with
man. He's got
Timon
3
on the,
goals
or
in
Darling
30
on the left,
seconds,
plays
man,
it
this
into the
mad
middle
game.
with Cabango coming on here down the right, inside in the middle to Key, a tackle by Neil. It comes back to Cabango, 15 seconds of the minimum 4 as Cabango up towards in the penalty area. MACKEM heads it off him and out towards the far side. It's going to bounce out for a throw to Swansea. Darling will take this. He's got seconds left. We're into the 5th minute.
That's
We're not
it.
even going to get
Get
that
in!
far. Sunderland
What
come
a
from
win.
2-0 down to win here.
What a
3-2.
win that was.
Goals from Dan Ballard, Dan Neil and Job. And my game of 2 halves.
Well, Nick, what did we say when we were
Bloody
2-0 up?
hell. Cheers, Fernie.
Whoever
Enjoy the rest
scores
of your Saturday,
the 3rd
mate.
goal, that's how important it was.
Oh my
It
God.
was Sunderland, and especially in the second half,
Get it in.
we had the momentum. We sorted out 1 or 2 issues at half time. We were a better
Angela,
team in the
Jeff,
second half. We
Silverback,
started to.
Silverback,
We woke
Fernie,
up
Julian,
basically.
Jonathan, Paul,
In the first
MACKEM,
half, we were
Angela,
still asleep.
Bong, Greg, Ben,
Regis
Andy,
Lebris
Alan,
will
Topsy,
be
Pitch,
disappointed
Bong,
with the
Helen,
way they started
Rosie,
because they
Keith,
never
Michael,
got out of the
Lindsay,
blocks.
MACKEM, Bong,
They looked
Peter.
half asleep for
They
a
were
good
half
half an
Thanks
hour.
for popping in.
Yeah.
Cheers, Paul. Dale.
You know, but great
Welcome,
character
Ben.
to come back. Great energy.
Incredible.
And it just showed,
610
doesn't
now
it, in
on the
this
stream.
division,
Crazy.
you cannot afford to be as lacklustre as they were early on.
No,
That's
not at
mental.
all. But you know what they have done.
Cheers,
They've
James. Descend.
dug deep.
You're welcome, Ryan.
sorted out 1 or 2 issues, and you've got to
Cheers,
say
Heidi.
they've gone on and won the game and
Norman,
deservedly
Andrew,
so.
Andy, James,
I mean, the
Northallerton.
way that the game was developing,
Ian
they probably could have
Richardson.
scored more. If
Didn't
they'd
think
been
it was
like that
20
from the
minutes.
start,
No,
it would have
great
been a
result.
different story
Alan
altogether.
Gibbon, cheers.
Bit of a
Etienne,
curiosity,
yes.
the Dennis Sirkin, Luke O'Nien
George
situation.
Brown, that one.
Yeah,
Dave.
Quite
you know,
sure
that's
what's happening there.
It's something. It's got.
that win
Dennis
today is
Sirkin
huge.
doesn't
Enjoy
look
today, Stu.
like
Thanks
the
very
Dennis
much,
Sirkin we
Victor
know.
Ritchie. Welcome.
You know, you look at that
Nicholas
display,
says,
especially in the
cheers,
first
Cabby.
45
Cheers,
minutes,
Jack.
and it wasn't him. There's something wrong
Bet your phone's
somewhere
better
along
now,
the line.
Cab. Absolutely.
You know,
I feel.
and then obviously
Whoa,
they make the
what-
substitution. Luke O'Nien comes
feel like
on
singing a
at
few
left back.
songs.
Lacey must be scratching his head and thinking,
I'm sure
well, I'm a left
Davey will
back
be
and I
watching
can't
back on
even
this
get
and
on.
laughing at that.
But
Like,
besides that,
nice
you know,
one,
you
Cabby.
can't
Good
take
luck
away
this week. You're welcome.
that performance.
No.
Angela
Showed a lot
Coleman,
of character actually
agree.
to come back into the game. All credit, I suppose,
Patricia
as well
Thirds,
to
Silverback.
Regis
Great
Lebris.
fight
Whatever
with
he
Channel
said at
Bank.
half
Welcome, Silver.
time has certainly
Thanks, Cabby. Enjoy your
worked
evening.
today,
Jerry,
and they were a
you're
different
welcome,
team in
mate.
the second
See you
half.
Monday.
Clearly they
Second,
had
lovely.
problems to
Northampton
address.
Mackens. Thank
They've
you,
addressed
Captain. You're
them,
welcome.
showed that
Linton says,
fortitude
great,
again. All
thanks,
the players
Cabby.
now going
2 a.m.
down
here, but worth it.
to
Could
the
have had more.
Sunderland
Thanks
fans,
again,
who
Cabby.
will
Yeah.
now have a
Don't
much,
forget, you
much
can tune
better
into the
journey
Mackem,
back to the
Cabby, and
North East
Davey
tonight.
show on
Not just
Monday.
them, but us as well,
But that's
and the
good. That is-
supporters,
that
the
is
players.
cracking, that
But
like tonight.
again, you know, we talk highly of, you know, one or two of the Sunderland players in
That-
this team.
that is
You know,
huge. I
Chris
mean,
Rigg was
especially
outstanding
down
again
at Swansea,
today.
a
You
team
know,
where
Joe
we'll never get
Bellingham,
anything.
he is a player.
You're
He is
welcome,
a
Billy.
player.
I
you
thought
know.
Dan Neil had an excellent
Andrew
game
Carter,
as well.
it is
Great goal he scored as well.
Superb
But,
goal.
you know, we keep, you know, Trey
We were
Hume.
just
after
giving, we were giving
the
Dan Neil
first
so much
45 minutes,
stick.
as we said,
Well,
wasn't Sunderland.
And then he scores a worldie.
Yes, all in all,
He
the
scores an
second half is
absolute
the
worldie.
half to be proud of. The first half, well, that'll be
You're welcome,
discussed no
Brian
doubt in
Hughes.
Total Sport on Monday night, and no doubt over the next hour with Ben Ogan. Give him a call.
Thanks for the
0800
two
234
subscribers.
6565. Text on 81333.
Oh,
Put
man.
BBC at the front of your
That's
message,
class.
or WhatsApp 08000 321 333. BBC at the front of your message. It's finished. Swansea City 2, Sunderland 3.
Hooray! That's mental. That's absolutely crackers. I'm going to phone up now, Radio Newcastle, and see if I can get on and talk to the lads. That is just crazy. Cheers, everybody, for pointing. Davey says, what a win. Great performance, second half. We were like Brazil. Well done, Cabby, for doing a great stream. When you're not 100%. No, you're welcome, mate. You're welcome. David Priest, thanks for showing the stream. You are welcome, indeed. Well. That tastes good, doesn't it? Nice one, Cabby says. Edward, Alfie goalkeeping, class win. Thanks for the stream, as always. No, you're welcome. MACKEM Mullet Man, amazing Sunderland shirt, that one. Aye, and ah. Reminds me of the time where Barouni scored that penalty. Peter Harvey says, promotion's still here for the MACKEMs. Great win, shocked, get in. We'll be away next week. If the signal is good, we'll listen next week. You're welcome, Gordon. Looking forward to your show this Monday, Cabby. Any special guests? No special guests this time, I don't think. But we are doing the show slightly earlier, from 7:30 till 8:30, because I've got to go and pick me boy up. So, but we will be doing it, but it'll be 7:30 till 8:30. Alfie, you're welcome, no problem. D Hall, well done, Cabby, when doing the stream, when you're not 100%. So there we go. I'm going to give my throat a little bit of a rest now. Thanks everybody for tuning in. That has been one to remember. Just 20 minutes into the game, and then now look at it full time. But I'll be doing my review, and I'm looking forward to me alternative commentary video. It's going to be good fun. But enjoy the rest of your Saturday night, lads and lasses, and I'm going to wallop this pizza down I'm about to order. Love you all. 3 points to the MACKEMs. See you later.